Ivan here for the third episode in my original D&D adventure, the Colourless Isles. Last time, the party got themselves teleported forward in time. One of them got pissed on top of a 200-foot tree, and I completely messed up by describing a cave as blue like 20 times before I realised that there's no colour in this goddamn world. So it all went really well last week. But this week we are coming back in. So let me just undeafen and mute myself, and we are here. So we have with us Algatin, played by New Rock, Varys, played by Dave or Fusion or whatever the fuck you want to call him, Nisa, played by Titan, Tarathil, played by Sephiroth, and Josh, played by Thraff, because he can't be bothered to change his name.
Look, you want effort, you're never getting it.
I know. So, I did a quick recap, guys. Anything in particular you wish to mention? We'll start off with Algatin. Anything you wish to mention about last week?
Now you're just gonna get mad.
Fair enough. Varys, how about you? Oh yeah, he went for a drink. Titan, Nisa, how about you? Anything you wish to recap on?
Well, I can just say that people may or may not be happy about what Nisa is planning to get for revenge for whatever, for the half destruction of her dress last session.
Yeah, that's fair. And Tara, I'm going to regret this one. Anything you wish to mention about last week?
Blue Lagoon?
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. Right, so, when we last left off last time, you guys had just seen the ruins of Clayton in the distance. And that is pretty much where we left it. So, where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Judging by the suns, what time of day is it?
Go ahead and make me a survival check. You would say it's probably getting on for about 5:30. Yeah, 5:30 in the afternoon. You would say it's getting on for about now. So not super late, but you're probably going to want to start setting up for camp and stuff in 4 or 5 hours, something like that.
So, what do you guys want to do?
I don't know. It's still quite of a shock, actually.
Same.
Just left here the other day.
Anyone else?
I mean, there's one thing we can do. My parents. We elves live a bit longer than humans. 150 years is a bit long time, but I mean, hopefully they're still around. I mean, it's someone we could perhaps talk to.
Yeah, elves definitely live a very long time, so...
And that's partially why you're gonna hate me. I'm skipping the one that would want you to kill me. I'm gonna dig under the big tree I climbed because I asked my parents to go and place a bag of holding, which has an elven cloak in it, underneath that tree.
When did you say this?
I asked them as before I left, around when I left them
The problem is...
to start adventuring.
I mean, the problem is, you didn't mention that.
Yeah,
Also,
but 150 years.
Also, these are not... These don't look like the same trees that you had seen. These are completely different. Clayton's there, and it's in ruins, but these trees These type of trees never grew here before. Before it was oak and ash and pine. These are massive redwood trees. They are completely different. Also, if you're gonna do stuff like that, you're gonna actually have to tell me before you start playing, because you can't just say, oh yeah, I hid a cannon underneath this rock. So, I'm afraid not quite gonna work.
What?
Now, if you mentioned that before, okay, but because you didn't know this was even going to be a problem until now, it's very metagamey.
Yeah.
And metagamey gets punished. So, what would people like to... I mean, you can dig under the tree if you want and see if you find anything. But I'm pretty sure no one has a shovel.
Really? There's got to be someone with a Dungeoneer's back.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one picked up the Dungeoneer's pack. I think everyone else picked up the other packs from them.
I don't think I ever had an option to put it on the pack.
No. So, where would you like to go? You can head to Clayton, you can head back into the tunnel and to the Dwarven City. Or you can, just camp out here for the evening, or you can, like Titan or Nisa suggested, you can go and see their parents.
So how far is there to your parents?
So, roughly, I believe it was... I think it was about 150 miles away, the area you lived in. Which, on foot, you're probably talking about a week, I should think, at least.
Okay.
The main reason, well, the two main reasons I want to do this is, one, we don't know if we're just wrong in time. This forest wasn't here. This isn't what's supposed to be here 150 years later. For God's sake, there's two suns in the sky.
Yeah. Would like actually to do two things before we head out. You guys don't mind? Would like trying to actually investigate ruins here, see if there's anything.
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
And then I would actually really like to try and find the cave that we went down to. See if that's still here.
The cave that you went down to, you think is the cave that you just came out of. It's roughly about the right distance away from Clayton, and you didn't see any other caves along the way. So, just by general deducing, you can deduce pretty well that that one is seemingly the cave that you guys went down originally. But obviously now it leads down to a dwarven city.
Okay.
You may be able to hear various things in the background, sorry.
Just a few. Well, then I just guess I'm gonna investigate
You're
the
more
city.
than welcome to head
Ruins.
around the ruins of the city. It's not a problem.
I mean, we got a few hours, and I mean, if it's just in ruins, we can just pitch camp inside one of the abandoned houses.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, is anyone here proficient in investigation?
Torts, I have a -1.
Jesus Christ, are you serious,
I have
guys?
a 0.
Not a single one of you in investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah, normally that'd be the rogue's job.
Oh my god.
Only have +1.
Oh dear. Oh
You may
dear,
not
oh
have
dear.
last session, but we're not the smartest party.
Oh, you're not wrong. Okay, so... Algerton, you're the only one with any sort of previous experience in this kind of thing, so go ahead and do me an investigation check. Okay. So you guys head into the city. Again, it's, you know, it looks and even sort of feels like Clayton. All of the shops that you guys would have expected to see are still there. They're just in ruins. Half of them have been torn down. You're not sure by what. Don't know whether it's just maybe the clay here dried up and then everyone abandoned the place, or whether it was a more sinister style of like maybe a siege or something. Obviously goblins do sieges all the time, and you guys saw a very big goblin cave the last time you were in that timeline. So you're not... There's no clear signs of battle, but there's definitely clear signs of destruction everywhere. You don't find anything that interesting while walking around. There's no real rotting corpses. There's no there's no bodies, there's no arrows, there's nothing like that. Even the roads have sort of grassed over now as well. So no one's really been walking around here for quite a long time. And that's pretty much all you see. You sort of walk around the area for an hour, and that's pretty much it. You do notice that you don't see the ruins of the Claytons at all anywhere. Their house just doesn't seem to exist. Where it should be, there's just trees and grassland. There's no ruins for the Claytons.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what you see, and it takes you around about an hour to sort of walk around. It's not a very big town village thing, but that's pretty much what you can get from this. Anyone else want to hop on in and mention anything or ask anything?
Do we know how close the next town or city is?
Just go ahead and roll me a history check quickly. Let's see if you paid attention when you were on your way here.
Nope.
You have no idea. You pretty much slept the entire way. When you were coming here, you paid a caravan to bring you here, and you just thought, sod this, I'm going to sleep, and you woke up in Clayton, so you're not 100% sure. The bard would probably know.
You want me to do a history check?
I mean, it's up to you. If Tara says this out loud and asks, then go for it. But if they're just keeping it to themselves and stuff, then don't worry about it. You guys have to interact with each other. Where's the interaction gone? We got good interaction from Algatin and Nisa. Everyone else is half asleep, I think. Everyone else is waiting for Plains of Eidolon, aren't they?
Maybe.
Shocking.
Yes, it's terrible. I can't imagine how it feels for people to be playing games while you're
Oh fuck, nobody else is gonna do anything. Nope.
Nope.
Tried.
You two, you were just very invested in your book on the way. You sort of just lost track of time, really, when you were on the trailer here. You got some damn good books, and they're very interesting. Sometimes you just lose yourself in them.
Yeah, realizing, well, Nisa's thinking about traveling back.
Yeah.
She is gonna make a history check to see,
Okay.
what else can we go along
What else
the
can
way
you
back?
go to on the way? Okay, sure. Wow!
I think I'm also good at jumping on this. So,
Does anybody else want to roll
Jesus.
under a 10?
This is. There we go. Thank God, Varus. Well done. Thank you. Truly, truly thank you. Right, now I need to find my actual town names. So you do know that there is a town not too far away, roughly, you'd think, an hour, 2 hours walk, directly south along the way you came in. You know that was there. As to what else is around, there's not very much. You've heard of dwarven settlements in the mountains, but you're not 100% sure where they would be. Obviously, you were just at one. You're not sure whether that's an expansion of one of the old ones or what's going on there. But you know there's dwarven cities around somewhere. Obviously, with there being the threat of goblins, there's probably orcs and stuff along the road as well. So caution might be advised, especially if it's this overgrown now. It seems like everything you've seen here is a lot bigger and stronger than you remember. Like, even the elk and stuff in the forest and the deer were human size. They were huge. Obviously the trees, the redwoods themselves, are massive. So it seems like with having the two suns, everything is getting a lot richer and stronger and more vibrant.
okay, so I think I'd point to the direction of the town and be like, town that way, and
Yeah.
then I'd point up to the mountains and be like, dwarves.
Okay, yeah, you point to one of the signposts that's still up that has an arrow pointing down that everyone else seemed to miss, and you guys think you can probably get there just as night starts to come in. Obviously, it's kind of difficult to tell with this two sun thing. Like, one is setting to the south and one is setting to the north at the moment. So it's very strange. And for some reason I've lost my town names, so I guess I'm making up this town name as well. Google Docs, why don't you remember my things that I do at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Considering we don't even know if that town is still there. We know this
True.
town is here.
Also true.
How about we just stay the night here and go in the morning?
What does
Yeah,
everyone
that
have to
sounds
say to that?
sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
Since we know roughly
Mhm.
little about these ruins, but we don't know what awaits us when we go out from here.
Mhm.
And we continue 4 hours or whatever,
Yeah.
find nothing.
Yeah, it could be bad.
So I should just, as you say, Nissa, we should just stay here for the night.
Everyone else in agreement?
It's probably our best choice.
Okay. Well, you guys, where do you want to camp for the night? There is a lot of abandoned buildings. There's obviously the old abandoned pub. There is, abandoned stables. Basically, pick your abandoned building of choice. Or you can sleep out on the road.
I mean, the abandoned inn might have something not hardwood floor to stay on.
It's probably true.
Is there any churches or anything?
Yeah, you have noticed there was 2 temples. There was 1, 2. Oh yeah, I need dice to play D&D, don't I? God damn it! One of these days I'll remember how to play D&D. I've only been playing it for 4 years.
Well, more to
There
go then.
was. Yes, there was 1 temple, and it was to at Bahamut, in fact.
Ooh,
Which,
I wish to go have a nosy.
which basically everyone knows. Like, everyone has heard of Bahamut. The Great Protector. You know, he is a dragon, but he is a god in his own right. He is by far one of the strongest of the pantheons. But yes, his temple is in town. Again, it is in ruins, but it does look like a temple. There is dragon heads both sides of the doors going in. What remains of some like platinum leaf, roughly over the dragons, because he's known as the Platinum Dragon. But yeah, you guys can head in if you want.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
in particular, that's where I'm going.
Okay, cool.
I'm heading for the inn.
Wait, what?
Gonna go into church.
You're going to go to the inn. Okay. So if people are splitting up, I need to know who's going where. They are roughly 10 minutes apart.
Nisa goes into the church.
Okay, so Nisa and Anduin is in the church. Varys and Tara?
Is everyone just going into a church?
No. Algerton is heading to the pub, apparently.
Alright, I'll go with Alberton.
You're going to go to the pub? Okay. And Tara? You're going to the pub. So we've got 3 pub, 2 church. Okay, so the 2 heading into the church, can I have an investigation check from you, please?
Really?
Yep, we're going to do yours first.
I have a -1.
Excellent. There's always a 20 on there. So yeah, you guys head into the church, and it's definitely, as I said, it is definitely a temple to Bahamut. There's idols all around, which have fared pretty well, actually. These were definitely built with survival in mind. The pews are pretty much rotted. There's still some remnants of very fine silks over the what's the thing at the front of the church called again, where the bishop normally stands behind and yells Christian stuff at people?
Good question.
The pew?
No, the pews are what you sit
No,
on.
pews is where you sit.
Oh.
The nice table where they put the bread and wine and stuff. There's still some scraps of very fine linens and silks on there, and there are actually a few books around.
Older.
Very
Pulpit.
altar, yeah, that's the one. How the hell didn't we all
Pulpit.
remember that? That's a
I don't know.
very common word. But yeah, there are some books around. They are incredibly old, incredibly dusty, but they're there. You can probably find something of interest.
I gather them all.
That doesn't surprise me. But yeah, it seems like a fairly sturdy and safe place to sleep. You guys can bar the door. There's not that many holes in the roof. There doesn't seem to be another way in or out other than the front door. But it definitely seems safe, which you would expect from, you know, a temple to Bahamut. So you guys lay down your stuff for the evening, and Anduin grabs all of the books, and I'm guessing very carefully starts to read through them all.
Of course.
Okay, cool. We will get back to you guys in a little bit. Next, we have the pub crew. So, pub crew, roll me investigation checks, please. Damn.
And get
Nice.
fucked, turn.
Very nice. Let me just get my loot tables up and stuff. Well, fucking might as well, right? Jesus Christ. So, you guys head on into the pub, and the layout is definitely what you remember when you were sat in here last time. Some of the tables and chairs are obviously in different places, like they've been moved around, various things like that, but the actual bar itself is in exactly the same place. Even the ales that were on tap and stuff are in exactly the same place. It's still the same name on the ale as well. You pull a few, sadly they've all run dry. One of them, a few maggots come out. It's nice and tasty. But as you are investigating around the pub just to make sure it is nice and safe, Tara, you end up in the innkeeper's bedroom and private quarters. You find a whole bunch of papers about being under pressure to make various gold demands, and just what seems like someone who is trying to keep their way, almost. Like, it seems like they've been written in a panic and were supposed to be sent off to someone, but never really got sent. You also find 42 copper, 11 SP, and 6 GP. So make sure you you pop those down in your log.
Yep.
So you can remember that. So yeah, you guys find your way around. There, I'm afraid, is no ale, but there is 2 bottles of wine downstairs in the cellar. And that's about all you find, unfortunately. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm just gonna try and find a good place to stay.
Okay. Yeah, you
Sit
can.
or sleep, whatever I can
There
find.
are some downstairs rooms. There's, I would say, probably 2 rooms that are not in complete wreck and shambles. But you know, you can probably sleep in them fairly comfortably. The beds are not really suitable for human living, I would say, or even elf living. I would probably recommend maybe sleeping on the floor. The beds obviously were made out of straw and stuff, and apparently straw doesn't really stand up to 150 years of neglect. So, yeah, you guys can find 2 rooms that you can settle down in for the evening, definitely.
I'm just gonna keep watch while they're doing that.
So you're going to keep watch? Okay, roll me a perception check then. You know what to do. Okay. Back to rolling dice. Let's see if anyone murders you, shall we? What do you reckon?
If
I
it
think
was the
we're
other
fine
roll,
for the night.
I'll give you a 25% chance of being fucked. Oh, you lucky bastards. You're fine. You don't see anything while they're setting up, and for the next few hours you just sort of stay out and watch the incredibly strange but strangely beautiful sunset. Because obviously, with the two suns setting to the north and south, the north and south are currently both very, very orange, whereas the east and west are currently very dark, where you now see that the two moons are rising. And yeah. So, what do you want to do? You gonna head to
Who's
bed?
gonna
You gonna
take-
set watches for the afternoon, evening, or
Yeah,
whatever?
who's gonna take the first watch for the tavern?
Well, I can take the first one.
Okay. Elgidon's gonna take the first watch. You'll probably need 2 people watching, because all y'all fuckers are elves. So
I'll take the second one.
you'll take second. Okay, cool.
Well, who has good perception in our group? Because I think out of our entire group, I have the highest.
I don't have just one.
I think it's you and me.
Yeah. I think the two of us should take up the 2 watches.
Okay. So, we'll do you guys first, as we're already here. So, can I get the first watch and the second watch perception checks, please? That is a D12.
Nah, not to know one.
Ooh.
You get eye strain.
So, the second watch doesn't go quite as well as the first.
Well, no, the first one was to see if while we were setting up in there. So
Oh yeah,
his
of course.
first
Yeah,
watch.
sorry. So, yes, first watch. You end up falling asleep. Basically, the day has sort of taken it out of you, and you just are knackered at this point. It's been a hell of a day. You've seen hundreds of thousands of dead corpses. You've been sucked on by the dead corpses. You've got insulted by dwarves, and now it's just been too much for you, and you just fall asleep during the first watch. Second watch, when you get up to relieve your first watch, you notice he's fast asleep beside the door.
I go and kick him to get him back up.
Fair enough. Roll a strength check. Let's see how hard the kick is, shall we? That's always fun.
Not too hard.
It's like stubbing your toe on a piece of cotton wool. You're not sure if he really felt it. Varys,
least it
roll
wasn't that
Varys,
one.
roll a flat d20. Yeah, Varys doesn't wake up. Varys is just fast asleep. He sort of lets out a few
Before I do my
snores.
perception check, I move him inside, and then I stay outside stealthed while keeping an eye out.
Okay, roll me a stealth check and then roll me a perception. Okay. And roll perception. Nice. So yeah, as you look up and around during your nighttime watch, it's all fairly standard other than the 2 moons. You do notice that the 2 moons obviously go from west and east. They both meet in the middle and then cross over each other, and then they go to set. And you notice that, and you assume that's probably what the suns do as well. So it's very strange. It's nothing like you've ever seen before.
And shall we roll an encounter?
Roll an encounter? You're fine at the moment. You don't really...
I'm very paranoid right
Apparently, yeah. But yeah, other than a few wolves howling in the distance and, you know, general nature sounds, you're absolutely fine. And no one seems to want to murder you this evening. And that's where we'll head over to the Bahamut crew. Do you guys want to set up watch, or are you just sort of gonna sleep beside the door and block it with your bodies, kind of thing?
I mean, I can take 4 hours of watch.
True.
I mean, I'm
can-
human. I need a longer rest than you.
You do, yeah.
I mean, for 2 hours, we're probably
You
gonna
can
need
do a 2-hour watch. It's not a problem. Like 6 hours of sleep will be fine. So, who wants to take the first watch?
Nissa will take the first watch.
Okay. So, first watch, please roll your perception check. Very nice. You see pretty much the same. You notice that the two suns are setting and the two moons arriving from the north and the east. They seem to get up to the top, sort of have a mini eclipse kind of situation, and then pass over each other and head in that direction. You notice a fair few wolves howling in the distance. You notice some general nature stuff, nothing really too dangerous out this evening apparently. But other than that, yeah, you feel very safe in the Temple of Bahamut. And as your watch comes to an end, you can go ahead and wake up the human.
That's 9.
Which
I'm on
makes
very
sense
good rolls
because
today.
it is now the middle of the night. It's 3 a.m. and you are a human without dark vision. You
Well,
don't.
I gave him my hooded lantern, so he does have that.
I mean, yeah, he's also got a fire and stuff, but that doesn't really help you see off into the distance.
Yeah.
So, again, you don't really see much in the evening. You just kind of. Yeah, it's just a very nondescript evening. You're all kind of fascinated with what the hell the moons and the suns and stuff are doing, but other than that, it's it's absolutely fine. You will wake up in the morning, not murdered, and you're all good. Yes, Lucy and the Hobbit are being noisy. I don't know what they're doing over there. They're discussing D&D apparently. Yes, you guys wake up in the morning and no one is dead, everyone is still alive. So,
good.
where would you like to go? I assume you all meet up in the centre of town again after your respective evenings away from each other. Josh, I will go through what the books and stuff have in them after the stream with you. There's
Sure.
nothing too major in there, but there's a few bits and pieces about Bahamut that you learn and the general order of the Pantheon and stuff. So, what is the plan for today?
So,
If anybody doesn't have any better idea, I guess we.
Head south.
Head south, okay. Is everyone in agreement with heading south?
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect. So, you guys head on south. It's anyone proficient in survival? I'm pretty sure I've asked this before and the answer was no.
Yes.
You are? Okay, so you are leading the way. And you lead the way like a boss.
By the way, Nissa makes sure he doesn't lead us into a lake.
That seems fair. Yeah, Nisa seems to be keeping a very strange eye out. Just keeps on looking around and generally trying to tell where
Who
water
was
and
it
stuff
that
is
walked
coming
into the
from.
lake?
Hmm?
I don't know. I have no idea. What idiot would do that?
No one here would walk into a lake. What idiot would do such a thing? But yeah, you guys make pretty good time. About an hour through. I would like everyone to roll a perception check. So, Anduin and Tara, you notice some rustling in the bushes either side of you.
I pull up. Roughly where are we?
You
Just
guys are
middle,
in
like,
the
of
middle
plains,
of
or-
the road right now. It's sort of a road. It certainly used to be a road, but now it's very overgrown and seems to be an awful lot of plants.
But it's not like middle of a forest.
It's woody, but I wouldn't say it's forest. Like,
I
there are
still- I get
trees, there are
advantage.
bushes, but there are also open
With
areas.
like light shade and stuff.
Yeah, there's shade around.
I stealth and I get advantage because wood elf.
Okay. Okay, once again, for some strange reason to the rest of the crew, Tara vanishes. Yes, overgrown, that's the word I'm looking for. It's an overgrown path. But yeah, you guys are just walking along and you go turn around and Tara has disappeared from your sight.
And as a natural reaction to that, Nisa draws her sword because he doesn't disappear without reason.
That seems fair.
And I think once I see that, I would also stealth.
Okay. Sadly, you do not get advantage. But you think you're really stealthy. As far as you're concerned...
Shouldn't he roll a perception roll to see if I stealth?
I mean,
but
they
noticed
noticed that
Nisa
you've
pulling out her
disappeared.
sword.
Like, it's not like you're still there in their minds.
Yeah.
They can literally see that you're not there. Like, and they've known you for a good few days now, and literally every single time a battle's started, you've disappeared. So, I happily will say that the party knows that if you disappear, shit's probably about to go down. And, as that happens, two gnolls jump out from either side of the road. So I would like everyone to roll initiative.
And I think Nurok's asking a good question in the Discord.
Yes, I'm just about to grab that up in a second. I just want to try and find...
Okay then!
You know what? I actually kind of like those tokens. They're kind of cool.
I
those
think
tokens.
I'm going first.
Well, you're certainly going before these. If you just bear with...
Make sure you click on your token before you click initiative.
It's easier if you do, definitely. You know what? That one will be fine.
Well, at least it's better rolls than last time. God.
Unfortunately, I rolled 10 on 3 rolls. Like, I don't know how I do it, to be perfectly honest.
That's pretty good.
I
That's,
mean, there are other
think it's
numbers
because you
I can
suck.
roll on a dice, but apparently I always roll the same numbers for all of them. It's really
Are you
annoying.
sure it's not a way to die?
Well, no, because I roll it on roll 20 before I start.
I think it's a way to die.
I mean, it could be, but it would be weighted programming as opposed to weighted die. But we will bring up the sound now. We will bring up our combat sounds. If you just bear with me a second while I get our combat nonsense up and running. Wait, was it combat? No, it wasn't combat. For some reason, combat doesn't actually have the sounds that I want. It's the Dark Forest that have the sounds that I want. Yeah. So, I'm going to start broadcasting this. Just bear with me a second while I get this up and running. You guys can head there. And again, remember you guys are probably going to have to change various bits and pieces around with sound levels. There's a light wind. Well, and I mean, what grassland doesn't have cicadas, huh? We'll chuck some of those in the background. Annoying little things.
Fuck cicadas.
Okay.
When you've lived in France and / visited friends in France, you fucking hate the sounds of cicadas.
Oh, they're incredibly annoying. I'm not gonna lie, I despise them as well. Okay. No, that's the wrong button. I just hit it again. No! There we go.
And roughly
Well.
how far are the enemies from us, by the way?
Good rolls on the initiative there, guys. There we go. Wait, what? What's going on? Why is this not working? For some reason, Discord has decided not to stay on top now, even though I am running the program to make it stay on top. So, you guys know the voices by now, so we're just going to hide it for now until I can fix it, which will be soon, TM. It'll be when Plains of Eidolon comes out. Leave it at that. So,
Maybe tomorrow?
I mean,
You
they...
should just click on it and then press Control Space and stay on top.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, and it's not. For some reason, it goes underneath when I click on Stay on Top. It's a very good question. Don't ask. Yeah, just goes underneath
Turn
every
off
time.
the script and then turn it back on.
Probably, but I can't be bothered right now.
By the way, which bar is it in, or which circle is it for your on your character in roll 20 for the initiative, or
What?
For initiative, doesn't matter.
or just put it?
You
or
just have your
uh,
HP up there, and we got the turn order over on the left-hand side for initiative.
Okay, or wherever we've moved it to.
Mine, it's over. It should be over on the left-hand side. It's wherever you hit it, basically.
Yeah.
So, at the top of the round, we very much have Tara. They are roughly 10 foot away from you at the moment.
I'm going to move up to the one right here, and then I'm going to hold my attack until someone else is right next to the guy.
Okay, I will say that you can only hold one attack.
So I can't do the
Also, none
offhand.
of
You
us
can't
can
do
see
the
it.
offhand, no.
Okay.
With your hold your turn, you hold your action, and you can't hold your bonus action or movement or anything. But you can hold one attack until someone gets up there.
The offhand is part of my base attack.
Exactly, so you wouldn't be able to, unfortunately.
Is part of the action.
Yeah, but you can't do
So
two
it's
attacks.
normal attack and
You just
offhand.
get one attack.
You sure?
Very sure. If you hold your turn, you hold your action, and you only get one attack, because your offhand attack is considered a bonus action, but you take it as part of your action. So it uses your bonus action, which you cannot hold. You can only hold your base action.
I say just attack, because I'm gonna be going there.
Well,
You won't get sneak attack,
yeah, that's why I want to hold it.
but you will only get one attack. But you will get one attack with sneak attack.
And then I get 2 attacks with advantage, so...
Sorry, what was that? Someone just said something. Sorry, I missed it.
I said I get 2 attacks with advantage if you did it.
It's up to you guys.
I'll just hold my attack till someone's right next to him. Probably
Okay.
Varys will be.
Okay, cool. So, Varys. Okay, so we'll resolve.
Right, B.
We will resolve Sephiroth's attack first because it will probably be quicker. So Sephiroth roll 1 attack with advantage. Yada yada yada. 14. I'm afraid does not actually hit. Yeah, it doesn't actually hit. That's very unfortunate.
Okay.
So,
Oh well.
Varys comes up and you try and stab the knoll in the back, but it's just a little bit too quick for you. You weren't expecting it to be quite as fast as it is. And
First hit,
Varys,
second miss.
you hit with the first strike thanks to Tara sort of distracting him. He sort of moved towards you to dodge out the way of the blade, and then you just pound him one in the face. Unfortunately, with your offhand attack, he completely dodges it. So he takes 7 damage, so nicely done on that one. Don't worry, these ones do actually seem to be taking the full amount of the damage you deal to them. Okay, who do we have next? Anything else you want to do, Varys? Move or anything?
No, I'm good.
No? Cool. Okay, Nisa.
Lisa's going to walk up to this one and start smiling.
Awesome. Had a feeling you might. So,
For people who missed last session, this means I'm raging.
yes. Go ahead and
Also, reckless attack.
slice. Oh, you get reckless now. So,
So,
for those who don't know what
advantage.
reckless means, it gives Nisa advantage on the next attack, but it also gives the creature advantage against her on the next
So if
attack.
I'm just wanting to clarify here. If I held the action, I can't do the dash disengage. I can't do my cunning action
You
stuff.
can't
correct?
do anything else. You hold
Okay.
the action, which is a single attack or a cantrip or a spell, or say you hold your action to pull a lever and maybe that brings up a drawbridge or something, that kind of thing. Nisa, go ahead. Ooh, 18 is definitely going to hit. You walk up to this guy, very confident, and just swing for the hills. And you definitely take a nice gash out the side of the knoll, and it just sort of snarls at you and slobbers down its face. It seems to be fairly hungry, in fact. Okay, over to... Is that all you can do, Nisa? I think so, isn't it? So, over to Algatin.
Do we know where the third one is? Or is it...
You have not seen them yet.
I just want to know. Well, I guess I go over there. Behind the guy.
Okay. You can do whatever you want. If you want to stab him, go ahead and stab him.
Try and see if I can hit shit.
Yup, that'll hit. Sadly, he is still up. However, you go around behind him while he's reeling from the attack from Nisa and stab him nicely in the back with your rapier. Putting a nice sort of... Nisa, you see a bit of the rapier sort of come out the front of the knoll. And I'm presuming you probably smile from that.
Yes.
Anything you want to do as a bonus action? There are some bonus action spells and stuff you can do, but I'm not sure if you have them at all yet. They're fairly rare.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do anything else.
Okie dokie. Over to... Well, it looks like this guy's going to be first. So... I would like everyone to make a perception check for me quickly, please.
Perception.
Oh, Algatin.
Okay, so sadly, no one notices this giant bugbear come out of the forest to the back of New Rock. It.
New Rock? Who's
Sorry, Algerton. He picks up his Morning Star and swings it around, and that is a 18 to hit. What's your AC?
13.
13. Nice. Okay, so that is one of those and one of those. That's you take 15 damage as this bugbear comes out swinging. They get sneak attack as well. So he comes out of the bushes and just whacks you with a massive Morning Star right on the back of the head, and you're completely surprised and dazed and confused.
Do we not get any fighting music?
It's on. I posted the link.
Just wind.
Yeah, it's just wind and water.
It shouldn't be. How about now?
There we go.
Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
Apparently, I must have started that one before I started broadcasting, then, or something. Because yeah, it was playing for me and everyone watching the stream, just not you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so that leads us to this guy over here near Sephiroth and. Goddamn! I turned off my monitor again. Where did I just put those D8s?
You really are gonna keep calling us by the names you know?
I will until I remember. Why the hell did I just put the D8s away? My goodness. Actually, I don't know if I need a D8.
Hope we can survive like 10
So you
more
guys
So-
turn around and you see a blue bugbear.
Nope.
Or an orange bugbear?
Well, I'm gonna start killing people. God damn, where's my... There it is.
Hey, blame Aoma for pointing that out.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't notice either. Okay, so... the knoll over here has a choice between Varys or Tara. Varys, odds or evens?
I want odds. Because I have good odds.
Sadly, not today.
God damn it.
It swings around with its spear and tries to stab you in the chest. That is a natural 20, which
That's
I
a
am
miss.
presuming hits. Just gonna hazard a guess. If you can explain to me why a natural 20 misses, I will give it to you, as long as it makes sense.
Because I am a very dexterous monk and I can move out of the way.
No.
I have a better excuse. Science.
I have a better excuse. Magic.
It's...
I have a good excuse. Because it's a blue spear.
Oh my god. So I'm gonna up the damage now. No, don't worry. He hits you for 14 damage. He rolled good numbers. Are you still alive?
Indeed.
Damn. Why do I keep on putting the dice away? What's wrong with me? I've played D&D before. Oh my goodness. Stop putting dice away, you moron. And that leads us to the one over the other side, which is not particularly smart and is going to stab the crazy ass barbarian that just came up and hit them with a giant ass fucking greatsword. Ooh, I think that's gonna hit. 20 total?
That'll hit.
Damn. And that is 1d8, which is 6 damage he gets you for. As he...
Which I reduced to 3.
Yeah, reduces 3 for you. Which means I'm going to have to hit you with a whole bunch of more stuff to actually kill you these days. Okay, over to the cleric, Anduin. What you got for me?
For you,
Heal,
nothing.
How dare you?
Heal Algerton over me.
You might not want to heal anyone. Spell slots are a very finite
I'm just
resource.
saying.
Don't forget, you can use your hit dice in combat as a action to heal yourself. So you currently have 2 hit dice. On your turn, you can use 2 hit dice as your action to heal yourself. It's one of the optional rules that we have decided to go with because it alleviates some of the stress off of the healer. Otherwise, they can then pretty much only heal for the entire time.
Yeah, but that's the fun times.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, healing is fun. I actually enjoy healing.
So to Algerton, +3 for life archetype.
Oh, of course, yeah. So 12 HP
12.
for you, Algerton,
Thank you.
which is you pretty much back up to full again. Very nice. Do you have any bonus actions at all?
I don't know, because I kind of just fucking X'd off my sheet by like an idiot.
That seems fair.
I don't know about
think
that.
you do yet.
I do, but it costs a spell slot, which
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
you
gonna
can't
fucking
do that.
use.
That's fine. Okay, over to Sephiroth. Tara, what you got for me?
Only thing I can do again.
Ooh, that hits.
And then
Which is
sneak attack.
8 damage from that, and then sneak attack on top, yeah.
And then
Which is 4 damage. It is still up.
I'm gonna disengage and
Okay.
move over to this one.
Okay, so you're going to disengage as your bonus action and then run over to that one.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, over to Varys then.
Why?
You've kind of been left with a knoll on your own right now. You just saw...
How hurt does it look?
It looks pretty beat up.
Looks pretty beat up.
It looks pretty beat up.
Okay, I'm going to
It-
spend a key point, and I'm going to flurry of blows.
Okay.
Well then.
He's certainly going to be beat up after this. Jesus.
Rip.
Oh.
Rip.
Oh no. Do you want to know the good news or the bad news?
The good news is I kill it.
No, the good news is you hit it once. The bad news is it's on 1 HP.
God damn it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm never gonna call what I want to call because Shane won't give me the satisfaction.
Couldn't he does he still have his inspiration though, technically? So couldn't he
I mean, I do.
He does. He can re-roll one of them if he wants.
I'm
Or you
gonna
could
do
ask
that.
the GM nicely if you can kick it for 1 HP.
Or you could do that.
Python, may I please kick this blue null?
I tell you what. No.
Okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. So
It's
re-roll
a
1
D.
attack.
Yes!
Yep, it's dead.
It's dead. Yeah. So you hit it 2 times, and with the final one, you start heavily breathing, and you just knee him right in the nutsack, and you hear them
And
break.
then I'm going to take a move action,
Okay.
And
and
run.
I'm gonna go up to here.
Okay. Fair enough. So you leg it down the road while everyone else is dealing with this Noam bugbear. You just turn tail and run. Over to Nisa. The guy in front of you is looking pretty fucked.
Yep. And he's gonna be even more fucked when she slams the sword into him again.
Oh, I should highly think so.
reckless attack.
Reckless attack again? Okay. Yep, that hits, and that totally kills him. You just effortlessly just slice off this gnoll's head, and it just goes tumbling into the bushes.
Yep, and as part of that attack, she is just gonna brute force her way through him
Okay.
up towards the bugbear.
Okay, cool. Not a problem. Very nice. So, we have Algerton. The dude in front of you is no more. He is a headless, pulsing, spewing corpse. However, there is a giant fuck-off bugbear behind you.
It's an action, okay. I should just check if there were vicious mockery. It was action or a bonus action.
Oh,
Seems like it's an action.
as far as I know. Yeah.
Yeah, action. If you had cutting words.
So, well, I'm just gonna turn around and try and stab him.
Okay, go for it.
That piece of shit. This could not be
You are
there.
not flanking him from there, but you can shimmy around if you wish.
I'm just gonna-
Unfortunately, 15 does not hit. It just glances off a bit of his leather armor and doesn't quite pierce it, I'm afraid. He hefts up his morning star and just snarls at you again, not satisfied that someone seems to have healed you. So, speaking of, he now has a choice. So, Algerton, odds or evens?
Evens.
You gonna go evens? It's odds. So that means Tala. No, Nisa. Yes, Nisa. Sorry,
Yes.
words are difficult today. Nisa, you are getting attacked. And considering you did reckless, that means it gets advantage. Ooh. 23, I'm afraid. Yeah. And it does. Only 10 damage, I'm afraid, as he stabs you with the spear, and as you're reeling from that, bites you in the shoulder. So,
And that is half to 5.
yeah, half to 5 for you. I'll always say the full damage, and you can just half it yourself. Okie dokie. All the way over to Anduin again.
Ew. Can it make a dex save, please?
We shall find out. Dex save. It's not the most dexterous creature in the world, but it's not terrible. That would be a natural 20, I'm afraid.
Well, I give up a die.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. My second natural 20 of the night, actually. Yeah, these dice are rolling well today. I'm okay with this. Anything else you want to do? Move or anything like that?
Nah, I'm Gucci.
Okay, cool. Over to Tara. What you got for me? It's not flanked. You
Sneak
have to
attack
be-
anyways.
Okay.
Because as long as enemies are near it.
Yeah, you
I
still get
sneak
the
attack.
sneak attack, you just don't get the advantage.
Yeah. I
Unfortunately, 12 misses.
missed. And then
Going
make a
offhand,
DC
or-
save if you can.
Sorry?
Make a DC save, please. As I throw my
From
dagger.
the yeah.
DC 15. Dex. fun.
Yep, 21.
Fuck.
Sorry.
And he's fine.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Doing anything else?
I'd assume it's I cannot hide.
No. No, I'm afraid not.
Then nothing.
Okie dokie, over to Varys, who has started running towards the next town while you guys are fighting this
How
dangerous
hurt does it
creature.
look?
How what, sorry?
How hurt
How
is
hurt?
it? How hurt does it
Not.
look?
0?
Okay.
Yeah, we
hit
have
it
yet
yet.
to touch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I'll
looking...
start coming back, and then I'm gonna use some hit dice.
Okay. You can use up to however many hit dice you want to get your HP back. A 9 and a 7, not bad rolls. I'm afraid overhealing is not a thing.
I know, I just didn't remember how much health I
No,
had.
that's fine. Okay, so that's your action. You can still use a bonus action. I'm not sure what bonus actions you have as a monk, but there's some.
Everything just requires me to use an attack action, really.
Okay,
Could you
cool.
do a dash?
Dash
as a bonus
for
or
a
no?
monk at this level is still considered an action, unfortunately.
So
He
it's
gets
only
it.
me that it is considered a
Yeah,
bonus.
So I was what? I was where right there?
Yeah. You have, what, 30
Alright.
feet of movement? 35, something like that?
45.
You can get probably behind,
I can move
Yeah,
45.
oh, you can move 45, of course, monk. Yeah, you can get behind it. Because monks are dumb. Okay, so yeah, out of nowhere, Varys comes streaking back down the road, and all of a sudden, he's standing behind the bugbear, full of vitality, ready to go another round. Okay, Nisa.
Nisa smiles both as raging and at the monk actually putting himself in the correct place, and also that none of her companions have been able to hit this in our round.
Yeah, it's been pretty unlucky, I must admit.
So she's gonna try, and this time she is not gonna recklessly attack you because she has advantage anyway.
Fair enough. Makes sense. That's a hit. Finally, we have contact, people. We have contact. Congratulations. Yeah, you hit the guy and he seems to take the full blow. So you don't feel worried about that at all. And yeah, you just stab him, or not stab him, hit him in the side, and it goes about an inch into him. He doesn't seem to care too much, but it definitely hurt. Anything else you wish to do?
She's just staring him in the eyes, just rage against rage.
Fair enough. Okay, over to Algerton. What you got?
I'm gonna use Vicious Mockery.
Okay, go for it. So it needs to make a DC save.
On wisdom.
Yeah, it super failed. It rolled an
I didn't
8.
mock him though.
So what do you say to mock this bugbear? Like, that's max damage. Like, you've got to justify that.
You smell worse than a goblin turd. I don't know.
That's rude. All right then. He sort of turns around and at you. And yes, you did hear a clap of thunder a second ago. The clouds have started to come in all of a sudden, and it does start to rain lightly. And also the wind starts to pick up. Okay, over to Bugbear, which
Bugbear.
now has 4 lovely targets. So we're going to say...
But he have disadvantage.
He does have disadvantage, yes. So we're going to say that Tara is number 1 and Varys is number 4. Going around clockwise. It's number 4! So, after being mocked by the bard in front, he decides to turn away from that mean person and go after you instead. Don't worry, I'm rolling with disadvantage, and that is a 7? Presuming 7 probably misses.
Just a bit. You almost hit me.
Yeah, he sort of holds his head and just swings wildly with the Morning Star, just nowhere near. Like, what Algerton just said to him apparently affected him quite a lot, and he's devastated that he smells like a goblin poo. So, over to Anduin.
Dex save again.
Dex save. Let's see what we can do. That would be a 13?
For fuck's sake, with DC's 30.
Oh,
Scumbag.
shit. That really sucks. Yeah, he's got
You bastard.
he's got a +2. So just. Okay. Oh, do you want to move at all, or are you happy there?
Nah, I'll let the rest of them.
I'm okay
Be
with that
idiots
because there
at this
isn't a
time.
D5 for me to roll. So. Right.
There is inside of roll 20.
There is. I know. Head over to Tara. What you got?
No.
That
No,
is
on
a
the first.
wild miss.
And then offhand.
A
No.
wild miss. This guy is just reeling around all over the place. He's very hard to predict at the moment with his head just... Seemingly he's holding it in like when you have a headache, just holding his head. Like,
The vicious mockery just said,
it was
He
super
can't.
vicious. It was brutal. Do you want to move anywhere?
nah.
Cool.
Since I
Varys.
can't use bonus action, he'd get an attack of opportunity, so...
You can shuffle around creatures without provoking them. Like in Divinity Original Sin, you can sort of walk
Is there
around
any way
them, but
Is there any way I can move to be flanking him or no?
yeah, you could move 1 square, just above Varys, and then you'll be flanking him with New Rock.
Yeah, I'll shuffle around to flank him.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So now Varys and Nisa are both flanking, and so is you two. Okay. Speaking of Varys, I wonder what the monk's
Hello.
gonna do. Would it be like
I
a
don't
million
know.
attacks?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Yeah, that's a 19.
And then that's a 24.
Yeah, both of those hit. He takes 10 damage.
I thought so.
As you hit him right where Nisa sliced him with the sword, you just punch it twice really quickly, and he drops down to one knee. Still up, but he is definitely hurting now. Okay, over to Nisa. It seems like you are getting all of the finishing blows today, so let's see if you can hit.
Yeah, she's finally happy someone else hit it, and as he goes down on one knee, she is going to try to take his head off.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Go for it. 22 will do it, and 6 will also do it. You know what? He's got a fairly chunky neck. Roll me just a strength check.
That's with advantage because I'm raging.
Yes, it is. It goes fucking flying. You slice through it like it was fucking butter. Warm butter.
She shouts after it in Elvish, "Or."
The last thing the bugbear sees as it goes tumbling into the grass is just you shouting, "Boar!" And he looks pissed. He is super annoyed he's not on his body right now. Otherwise he may have been able to do something about it. And that concludes this battle. So, you guys get... If I do this quickly, it will tell me how much XP you guys get. Mark is dead, end encounter, that is... Copyright, don't sing along with me. You get 80 XP each. So I think you guys should be on Like
380.
980 or 380 or something?
380.
Is it 380? Okay.
I mean, I'll take 980 if you're gonna give us 980. Like.
Not feeling that generous. I mean,
Wow,
this
guys, all of a sudden I'm level 3.
this is a level 4 area, I will say. Like, you weren't supposed to be here until level 4. So well done on that, but yeah, you're on 380 for now. Who knows? If you do enough complete and utter bullshit like last time, maybe you'll go up to level 3. We'll soon find out, won't we?
I know, if you still do that, you might never make it into level 3.
So yeah, the rain is starting to get a lot heavier now.
Well, that shower came in early, or faster than we thought.
It came in very quickly. It was sunny skies this morning, and now, yeah, it's just horrible. The skies are now completely... It's like England in winter. It's fucking disgusting.
Oh, good God, let's get out of here.
Exactly. Like... So... What do you want to do? Do you want to...
Keep heading south,
Just going to keep on heading south?
and now I'll start just stealthing ahead to look out for stuff that
Okay,
might try
so-
to ambush.
If you're going to stealth, I will say you can't lead the party. Because they won't be able to see you. So you can either survival and lead the party, or you can stealth and scout.
Stealth ahead.
You're going to stealth
I'm
and scout?
also gonna stealth.
Who is going to lead the party?
And I get
I
advantage.
can't, I don't know much about where we're
Don't need
going,
the
so...
advantage anyways.
Who has at least a +1 in survival other than...
Well, I have
Me.
+1
I have a
in
+2.
everything, so...
That's
I mean,
true.
+3.
You got a +3? Okay, so... I would say Anduin probably takes over, unless Anduin doesn't want to, in which case... Let's use...
I mean, I can, I just went stealth,
Yeah, okay.
Well,
but I
guys,
also already rolled.
Anduin or Algatin, I will say.
I got this.
Do it.
Thank you.
Well, I'm stuffed like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you want a survival check, yeah?
Yes, please. You all lose sight of Varys and Tara, and...
And there's Nate.
You all lose sight of Varys and Tara, and... To be honest, you're not really that surprised. They've done it after literally every battle so far. What are your feelings on this, rest of the group? Just as a general census, this is always fun.
It doesn't help. Why are we just going away like that?
South that way.
You
yeah.
also want us to roll perception as we go down the road.
Yes,
Since
I will
we're
get to
scouting.
that in a second. So, you guys are walking down, and other than it being pretty dark now and pretty windy, pretty rainy, not much seems to be going on. I will now get to the 2 perception checks from the 2 people hiding. And now the rain has started tipping it down. This is like half monsoon style, with constant distant thunder and thunder coming in with lightning strikes happening around you. This is gone from beautiful sunny day to full-blown storm in a matter of 10 minutes. Varys and Tara, Varys is sort of a bit distracted by the strange weather and generally looking at the bushes and hedgerows to try not to get ambushed again. Tara, you notice that the party is starting to veer off course, and if you don't speak up and say something and try and help them in the right direction, they're gonna end up going the wrong direction and getting lost.
I'm gonna take out my tambourine and start playing.
Excellent.
I'm gonna fall back and put them on the right course.
Can I have a performance check for the tambourine, please? You've played better tambourine. You feel the problem with it at the moment is it is absolutely tipping it down, and apparently that makes for really bad tambourine playing weather. So you would think probably maybe not play tambourine for now. It's a little bit wet. Okay, so you said you're gonna head back and help them?
Yeah.
Okay, so this time I want Anduin to make a survival check with advantage. Thank God.
Much better.
Jesus, you were about to walk into a river that isn't there. Ugh.
Walk into a giant pit.
Yep. But yeah, you make pretty good progress again. You get the rest of the way, and unfortunately, the same sight that you saw in Clayton is waiting for you here. And the name of this place is Frostford. And it's the same. All of the buildings are in complete ruins. The road overgrown and decaying. It's yet another horrible sight. Where this town was a lot bigger than previous. There was some maybe 3,000 people in Frostford, and they're all gone. There's nothing here apart from a desolate town.
Does any of the buildings still have roofs?
Yeah, a few of them have stood up to the test of time, definitely. There are some with roofs.
Can we just get some cover from this bloody rain?
Yeah, let's go somewhere and dry off. Do we have any idea how do I have any idea how long we have walked? How far we are from Clayton?
From Clayton, you'd say it's probably been about hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
It's not been a long walk.
Roughly when did we leave Clayton?
This is probably roughly, like, I'd say getting near noon. So probably around about 11:30, something like that. You guys can definitely head around and...
I'm gonna check the area out to see if there's anything, like any possible traps or anything.
Okay, so if you are checking for traps...
Not like traps, for
oh,
like
more
spike
ambushes
traps.
kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's just a perception check. You don't see any ambushes at all. You give it a good look, but with the constant thunder and lightning and just how dark it is right now, you would think it's like 7 o'clock at night in the middle of winter right now. It's incredibly dark. These clouds must be very, very thick to not let the power of 2 suns through. And yeah, you look around and you don't see anything. You don't see any footprints or anything like that. It's at this point you guys are drenched through and probably starting to get a little bit irritable, because I know I am when I've been out in the rain for that long. It fucking sucks. So, where do you want to go? Do you want to try and find a tavern, or do you want to try and
Try
find...
and just find shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're trying to find shelter at this point.
Something with roofs.
Okay. Go ahead. No one's proficient in investigation, are they? Who is the person with the biggest plus in investigation?
I have
Me.
0.
0.
I have 1.
I was going to say it's New Rock, isn't it? Okay, New Rock, go ahead. Or fucking not New Rock. Blah. Algerton,
Algerton.
go ahead. Okay, so yeah. Algerton, you do actually see the pub. And it's held up to time quite well, actually. The door is still intact. The roof is still surprisingly intact. And while it might be a little bit damp inside, you think this is probably your best bet. So you all head on in, and that is where we are going to head over to a different sound list. So give me a second while I get all of this set up. So we're going to start broadcast. We're not going to have any medium crowds because it kind of defeats the object of being in a barren wasteland, doesn't it? So if you guys want to head on there, we're just going to have some of this, some of this. There. So you guys head on in, and pretty much what you were expecting to see in here, which unfortunately is nothing. Once again, everything is where you would expect it to be. It doesn't look like they left in a hurry. It just looks like this place was abandoned, pretty much. Same situation as in the tavern in Clayton. There's still all the traps. There's still all the empty barrels of draft. But it seems like a fairly good place to hold up for the night. Or at least until you can think about what the hell to do.
Yep.
So, does anyone want to investigate the actual pub itself? Like, I don't know, maybe one of the nosier people, like a rogue, perhaps.
Perception check.
It probably would be, yes.
I think I would probably take a look around too.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what the fuck do I find?
So you guys head around the tavern, much like you did last time, and once again you find the innkeeper's bedroom, and once again you find these letters stating that payment is needed. If it's not done soon, then there will be consequences.
Say-
Carry on.
For the notes that are the threats, is it the same handwriting?
Make an investigation check. You look at it for a little bit longer, and you actually do think it might be the same handwriting, yeah. But it's just general sort of debt collector letters that are like, if you do not pay, there'll be consequences, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff.
Basically threatening him with...
Yeah, pretty much, like pay up or get out kind of thing. And you would assume that it looks like he got out, because there's no body. It doesn't look like there was any sign of a struggle here. Like the bed is not made at all. Like everything out of this room is gone, other than like a few pieces of scrap papers and stuff on the desk. Just one day people were living here, and then the next they decided to leave. And as for you, Varys, you decided to head down into the cellar. You find a few rats, which are more the size of cats than actual rats. And you also find... let's see. You find one bottle of roll me an investigation check. One bottle of wine. As far as you're concerned, this looks like pretty good wine. Seems like it'd be tasty.
Can I go down there and look around?
You are currently upstairs in the...
Well, after I finish with that.
This is happening simultaneously. I mean, you can head down there after, like... And Sephiroth... Oh, not... Bloody hell.
Someday.
Varys and, like, you two sort of just head around the entire building, like, unless Varys picks up the bottle of wine, then you will also see it. If not, then you will have no idea it's there.
Yeah, I was gonna pick it up and just go, like, I don't know, give it to someone who might know what it is and just be like, here.
Okay, you would probably assume that Nisa would know more about this, being of a higher class of citizen. They tend to drink more wine and less ales, so therefore will know more about it and stuff like that. So you would assume that Nisa would probably know. Yeah, when you get down to the basement, Tara, you don't really see anything. It's dusty. It smells like stale air, and there are huge feck-off rats in here. Like, if I was a meaner DM, I would make you fight these rats. That's how fucking big they are.
Meanwhile, up in the bar, Nisa has sat down on something just to be able
Yeah,
to sit down.
there's still some chairs around that have stead them.
And I'm assuming the bed and the
beds are
thoroughly
rickety.
destroyed.
It's probably not in your best interest to use them. Because if there is anything left in any of the, like, straw mattresses, it's probably alive, and it probably wants a little bit of a taste. So you would probably assume that sleeping on the floor might be your best bet. You've all got, like, sleeping mattresses and stuff like that you carry around with you, like, you know, sleeping bags and shit like that. So you can all find a relatively comfortable place to, you know, sit down.
While they are searching, Elderton is going to take out his love letter from his bag and sit and read it for a bit.
Okay. Cool.
And
Oh
after he's
Christ!
reading a
This
bit,
means I have to write a love letter to you, doesn't it?
Yes, you do.
Hobbit, can you write me a love letter to a bard, please? The trinket for Algerton's character was a love letter from an admirer. I'm not comfortable with writing a love letter to New Rock. Because you're better at emotion than me, and I am bad at emotion. Could you possibly write me a love letter to New Rock, please? I need it by next week, don't worry, it doesn't need to be done now. I just need a letter from a secret admirer. And you're better at words than me. Like, you're an English literature student, you're good at this. No, he doesn't have the kazoo anymore. He decided to go sensible. He's got like a Spanish guitar and a tambourine and like a billion other fucking instruments because bards are dumb.
Oh, come on, I only have 3. I should have 4.
You've got
But I only have
4.
3. I only have 3.
Just normal love letter. Thank you. Yeah, full on. Thank you, honey. You see, and that's why you love literature students. They can write you weird shit. So, Algerton sits down by the bar, eating some rations and poring over just some... They just look like papers to the rest of you, really. Unless you go up and ask, you can't really tell what they are from this distance.
Nisa is going to prestidigitate herself dry.
Yep. you do, and my god, that feels better.
Mm-hmm. He's just looking at the others and doesn't say anything.
That's fair. I mean, you did get pissed on.
Well, now she's clean.
Oh yeah, she's the only one here that doesn't smell damp. So, the rest of you.
After I read the letter for a bit, I'm
Yep.
gonna take out my guitar. And,
Okay.
play a little bit.
Go ahead and roll me a performance check for the evening. It's not too bad. Let's
Varys gets a sly smile.
okay. We'll pop this one on. You just sort of try and do some lively tunes for the evening to sort of keep people's spirits up. Unfortunately, your heart isn't quite as in it as it normally is, but it's good enough. Like it's pretty good considering the circumstances of the situation. You know, you would think that, or the rest of you would think that lesser bards would probably sound a lot worse than this right now, considering your current circumstances. So, we've got what those guys are doing. Anduin, Varys, and Tara. You guys are all back up in the main area. What would you guys like to do for the evening?
I mean, I'm diving into these books.
Okay, cool. You're just gonna read the ancient books from Bahamut's temple. Cool.
I'm just going to be sharpening one of the daggers I have.
Okay. Cool.
And I think I'll just be like looking around and also just listening to whoever the bard is. I forget their name.
Algerton,
Algerton, yeah.
do you give the bottle of wine to Nisa?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nisa, Varys comes up to you and hands you a very nice-looking bottle of wine, actually.
And also, while I'm sharpening the dagger, I'll be right next to the door, just
Looking out.
and yeah, just
Okay.
looking out to see if anything comes up.
Okay, cool. This little bit will be considered a short rest if people wish to use any hit dice or anything like that. You can go ahead and get yourself.
I'm gonna use Song of Rest.
Song of Rest, so you
Do we
get
gain hit dice back on short rest? We do, right?
no long rest, I'm afraid.
Long.
So that's 1d6 extra.
Yeah, so-
you have to roll.
Yeah. So
You use
if
a
you
hit
roll a
dice.
hit dice, you roll an extra 1d6, and you get extras. Nice.
I don't need it, so
Right.
I'm good.
So yes, Nisa, would you like to roll me an investigation check, please?
Nope.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a history check. It's difficult to tell what this bottle is, but you do see a family crest on it, and it is from a very prestigious winery that shut down 100 years before you were even born. So, you would assume that this bottle of wine is almost definitely the oldest thing in the room, and probably worth more than a little bit of gold.
This might be the oldest wine I've ever seen, and if it's pristine, then it's probably the most expensive wine in the world.
I just smile and then I go and I reach for my bell and I start ringing my bell.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Roll me a performance check.
Yeah.
It's awful.
You're welcome for the bell.
Like, you guys are listening to this lovely upbeat tune, and then all of a sudden you get ding 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 ding
I don't.
over the top of it. It's like you'll just stare at him going, "What the hell, man?"
No, I
I know
thought
I
I'd
did
ignore
for
it.
about 5 seconds, and then I stop and put it away and smile.
Yeah.
No, 'cause I know he has the bell because I gave it to him.
Yes,
I
I know.
ignore it.
Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much your next few hours is just sitting down, relaxing, waiting for the rain to stop, which it really doesn't seem like it's going to. I believe Tara said you were looking out the front door?
Yep.
Go ahead and
Both
roll
of
me a
us,
perception
Tara
check.
and myself.
Okay.
Would that, if he's also looking out, would that consider?
It would have
Advantage or
if
no?
he didn't roll as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh well.
Yeah.
basically, if you're both proficient in it, you can give. If you're both proficient in a skill, you can either both roll or you can give the other person advantage instead.
Okay.
It's completely up to you how you do it. But the result would have basically been the same anyway.
Yeah.
Varys, in the distance, you see 3 what look like very large orcs walking down the sort of main street of town.
I would just get Tara's attention and just kind of point towards him.
Okay?
How about we get the bard's attention to stop playing?
I mean, you have to say it. Like, you gotta roleplay this shit, guys.
Yeah, you want it?
I have a 10 intelligence, so I'm probably not gonna realize that.
But you pointed out to me, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Then?
I pointed out to you just because you're right next to me.
I'm gonna tell the bard to stop playing the music and let everybody know that what's coming.
Okay. Does the barge oblige?
Yeah.
And with that,
And then
the music
shall I roll
comes
stealth?
to a halt. It's up to you. If you want to go stealthy, you can.
I think we all should try to stealth this.
Yeah.
Do we have any lights in there or no?
No, it is daytime still. It's quite dark, but
So there's some light filter.
there is some light filtering into the tavern. In a few hours' time, you probably would have set a fire and stuff, but as Nisa can sort of dry off most of the important stuff in your packs and stuff, you didn't really feel the need to set a fire to sort of do that. Right, and while you guys roleplay for a second, I need to take some pills, so I'll be right back.
Well, if this works too, that means it's at least some kind of civilization nearby.
Yeah. How many did you see?
He said I think 3.
Yeah, 3.
And then if they're, we can probably assume there's civilization
just said
where
3.
he came through.
Should we talk to them or try and hide?
I think it'd be, I don't know. We could go either way, but chances are they're going to be hostile.
You would all know that orcs are incredibly hostile to even orcs. They don't really talk, they just kind of walk in, punch the
And
fuck
kill.
out of whoever they want to punch the fuck out of, and then leave.
Shall we hide from them?
Yeah, let's try and hide for now.
Okay, everyone who wants to hide, roll me a stealth check, please.
And advantage.
Yeah, you got advantage.
Okay then.
Tara once again disappears.
Okay, I can now not do worse than that, so I'll roll a stealth check.
There it is.
Oh,
12
that's
Shane.
great.
Is this group stealth or what?
You don't know.
I'm just asking, would this be considered like a group stealth where we all help each other stealth, or?
You don't all get advantage, no. What I normally do for checks like this is I tend to take the average of everyone's rolls, and then I roll it for
Does
the
Varys need to roll a
enemies
D20 then?
and see if they. Varys, yeah, Varys did not help your plight. I'm gonna say that. Anyone here speak Orc?
No.
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 No one speaks Orc at all?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. So you guys hear them outside the tavern door. And you can hear them talking between each other. You're not 100% sure what they're saying, but it does sound like tensions are high, almost. In fact, I can put on the small crowd, I think. Yeah, you can just about hear that. You can sort of hear them talking behind the doorway. They don't seem to be coming in at all. Even when Varys sneezes. They
I'm standing
Do
next to
not-
the door ready to attack as soon as
They
one of them comes in.
don't seem to have noticed at all. Like, Varys sneezed, but it was just as the conversation started to get more heightened, kind of thing, and voices were raised.
Where
so
they started yelling.
yeah, you think you got away with it, but you all sit there. 4 minutes, 5 minutes go by. They're still out there, and then the wind blows the door open. And you can see them. They are definitely orcs. They are absolutely huge. Normal orcs are roughly 6-7 foot tall. These have got to be going on 10 to 12 foot. These are gargantuan orcs, basically. They don't seem to react when the door goes open. They don't seem to see anyone inside. They turn away and start walking to the east, back out of the town. And you guys are free to do as you please. Actually, you know what? We'll leave it there for 5 minutes and take a quick break, because here's a pretty good place to take a break. So we will be back at the top of the hour, guys. Just quick 5-minute break to get some beverages or whatever, have a quick wander around, go to the loo, that kind of thing, and then we'll be back. So I will see you all very soon. I'm going to chuck on some music. And yeah, see you guys at the top of the hour. Okay, everyone, I am back and ready to go, so let's see if everyone else is. And just a quick one, part 2, or episode 2 even, of the Colourless Isles has just been released, so if you did miss last week's, you can now go and watch it. Sorry it took so long, blame my internet company for that. Basically over the weekend and up until today, really, my speeds have been that of the 1990s, and it would not let me upload at all. So it's live now, so now you can go and watch it. That again was Windswept during the downtime. Absolutely beautiful music, all royalty free. It's just wonderful. So we are now going to throw it on back to our gentleman in waiting. So, how are you all? Hopefully everyone is back. If not, then we'll wait a few more minutes. Not really a problem.
I'm here.
Okay, that's 2. That's the most important ones.
Rude.
Yeah, you know me.
Well, fuck you too, then.
Now that's rude.
Honesty. I like it.
Okay, so you guys have just narrowly avoided a confrontation with orcs the size of Goliaths. They were massive. And you are now once again left in the rainy, cold, damp tavern with nothing but the sound of rain hitting the roof and a gentle breeze outside.
May I suggest we find someplace else to stay for a while? This can't be the only thing with a roof over its head.
Well, that did go away, so...
Yeah, but I don't want to be here anymore.
When we got here, I couldn't find any place better.
It's true.
Just for the look, by the looks of it, so...
This did seem like it was, if not the only, one of a very few number that still have at least a roof still intact, and yeah.
Well, at least someone bar up that door so that it doesn't swing open again.
Now that's a pretty good idea.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, cool. So you grab some of the tables, chairs and stuff and bar over the tavern door. Doesn't take you very long, and it definitely makes you feel more secure. Whether or not you think it's going to do anything at all, you have no idea, but it certainly makes you feel better.
Yeah.
So, what do people wish to do for the evening now that you are very much locked in? You can still get out, but it will probably have to be through a crumbling corner. Or
Was there a top floor to the building with a roof over it?
yeah, there is a top floor. The roof is partially there. A couple of the rooms have the roof still intact over them, but some of the others are just sort of open to this torrential downpour, almost.
I'm gonna go to one of those areas up top
Okay.
and just keep an eye out for first watch.
Okay, so you're gonna take first watch from the top of the roof, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like it. I will give you advantage on your perception check, as you have the high ground. For thinking on your feet. And boy, wasn't that lucky.
Yep.
So, off in the distance, you do see a faint glow from the redwood forests. It looks like campfires. It looks like there's smoke coming out the top. Yeah, it's basically all you can see on your watch. You see the just general wildlife coming and going out of the town, but the main thing you spot is this very obvious campfire in the distance. It's not close. You would say it's probably about 45 minutes out of town, but it's definitely prevalent.
Okay.
Anyone taking second watch?
I will.
Okay. What would you like to? Where would you like to go on your watch and stuff?
I'd probably just go the same place that Tara was.
So again,
Tara.
I will give you advantage as well, which is a 22, and you notice pretty much the same stuff. You notice there is indeed a campfire in the distance. You also notice that there are some very, very large birds above it. You're not 100% sure what they are. If you want to try and work it out, you can roll a nature check.
I will do that.
You have no idea what they are.
Okay.
All you know is that they seem a lot bigger than any bird you've seen, and they just keep on going around in a circle around this place with the campfire. Or, I say campfire, it looks like a glow, and, you know, there's smoke rising, so you would deduce that it is a campfire. I'm just not going to describe it every single goddamn time.
Oh.
Does it look like there's only one campfire, or does it look like there's multiple?
You're not 100% sure. There is a very strong glow coming from there, like there is a lot of light coming from it. But you're not sure if it's one very large campfire or multiple campfires or what from this distance. It's very difficult to tell with the rain and thunder and general Britishness of the weather right now.
We can't see shit.
Pretty much. Anyone taking a third watch?
I'll just make a mental note of where it's at.
Sorry?
I'm gonna make a mental note of where it's at.
Okay, cool. Not a problem, you can do that.
Nissa will take the third watch.
Okay, Nisa, where would you like to head up to the top as well, or?
If the others are coming down from the top to... Wait, well, if she sees them coming down once she exits her trance, she's gonna...
Okay, cool.
I point out the
You point it out to
distance.
Nisa as well? Okay. Cool, so yeah. Roll with advantage, and you again see very much the same thing. However, by this time of night, you do see what looks to be people walking along, well, I say people, humanoids walking along the road to the east of town with torches. You can't tell what kind of humanoids they are. They could be orcs, they could be general humans, they could be elves. You're not sure from this distance, but they are walking away from town with torches alight. And you
Okay, so-
also see the campfire and
So
that's
from the campfire, someone is moving away from town.
so the campfire was to the, let's think directions. The campfire was to the northeast, back into the more wooded foresty area, and the road out of town towards the east, there are 2 or 3 humanoid figures walking away from town with torches.
Okay, then she's not gonna do anything about it, but keeping an eye out for any more torches.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the rest of your shift goes fairly quietly. Takes the torches about 10 minutes to go out of sight, and you don't end up seeing them again at all. You look around and double check everywhere, and it doesn't look like anything's sneaking up on you or anything like that. But the distant campfire is definitely still alight. You would expect it to be a fairly large campfire if it's still alight after 6-7 hours, and also in the tipping down rain. So this must be a hefty fire. Did anyone else want to do anything for the evening while watches and stuff were going on?
Yes.
No.
You know what?
Yes. Send me a whisper with the roll in, and that can be done. So, you guys have had a quiet evening, a little bit of worry thanks to the fires, but doesn't seem to be anything too different about this morning. It is still raining. It has been raining constantly for the past, you would think, 10 hours at this point, and doesn't seem to have any sign of letting up at all. Okay, Nisa, thank you. So, what would you like your plan to be for today? I will say, can Algertin make a history check and Nisa also make a history check? Okay, so Algertin, you know there is a town to the east and also a town to the west. Town to the east is probably 4 hours walk away. Town to the west is more like 10 hours walk.
Yeah, I would not go to the east. I saw torches going out there late at night. There's people out there along that road.
Yes.
Well, I say people. I mean, probably.
So,
vehicles.
what time is it now after?
The time now is about 8 o'clock in the morning or so.
Okay.
I know it's pouring down, but we can't just stay here.
Did you say there was 4 hours to the one to the east or to the west? Sorry,
So
just
it's
mixed
4
them up.
hours to the east, but
Okay.
10 hours to the west. However, the one to the east was in the direction of the campfire, which, as you look out, is very much still alight. And it was also in the direction that the people, or humanoids with the torches, were walking as well.
Do I know at that point about the fire, or did you only tell Nisa?
At this point, I assume that everyone will know about it. I'm guessing no one is keeping it secret.
No.
So,
Nisa is at least telling the others. What
yeah.
she's seeing.
So, everyone knows about the fire and the fact that it is to the northeast. So, if you head that way, there might be more confrontation, almost.
Well, the three orcs walk to the east,
Yes.
so there would probably be something that way. And northeast there was the campfire, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And Lisa, where were your parents? Further south, right?
Yeah, a lot further southwest your parents were.
Yeah, so
So-
I think it's a good idea to try to make our way towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would
think-
probably want to head west. That you would think that if you head west, you actually get to a city, and if that still stands, you would probably find you could procure some transport, some horses, or those kind of things to make this journey a little bit easier.
Or at least finding someone who we can actually talk to about all of this.
That would be nice.
So, we just have to deal with this rain. We can't stay here forever, so I would suggest we go to the west and head for... We know the name of the town?
You do, yes. Bear with me a second, because like I said, my town's document has disappeared. Not gonna lie, rather annoying. It is the city of Ceronis. Cenoris.
Again?
Cenoris. Sonoris. Or Sonorius.
Norris.
Something like that.
Good. Yeah. So I suggest we head to Sonorius, even though it's a bit of a long trip, but can hope we can find some people there. Don't know what you guys say to that.
I'm all for it.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, same here. Let's go.
Okay. Varys?
I am
Anything
always
to add?
down.
You're always down. Fair enough. Okay, so you guys pack up your stuff, unbar the door, and head out into the pouring rain. And that is where we're going to change over the soundtrack. So I need to go back to... I really like the Dark Forest list. You're not technically in a dark forest, but it has really useful sound effects like lightning. Yeah, just imagine that there was like thunder and lightning going through all of that, but it won't allow me to add thunder and lightning to that list, so yeah, it's fine. There you go, gentlemen and lady. Click on that and we will start playing some strong rain. Only a light wind. It's not very windy at all today. The rain is sort of just going straight down almost. There is the constant sound of distant thunder. We're not going to have cicadas on because I actually hate the sound of cicadas. They are annoying as hell.
And it's raining, so they'd probably be hiding.
Yeah, they're trying to
anyways.
hide away. And yeah, that is pretty much what you can hear this evening. So, you all head west. Who is leading the way?
Please tell me it's not me.
Not
I-
first because I'm stealthing.
I guess I could take a survival check
I
and
will.
see if I can find a way.
Okay. Algerton.
Can't promise anything.
There is
Roll
nope.
Okay, not bad. So, Varys sort of tries to duck behind and get into some shadows, but the rain is not helping people hide at all.
I'm gonna stealth as well.
Okay. Okay. So, once again, Tara disappears from sight. You're not surprised. At this point, you probably don't even care too much. And
And I'm keeping an eye out for
you
enemies.
make your way to the west. Now, I would like everyone to roll 3 perception checks, please.
Oh my. It's a lot.
Okay. That is
not
persuasion.
Well, that was good. It was.
Are you
My
trying to
apologies.
persuade the enemies?
No, but I like that I wasted those back rolls.
Oh dear.
Can I find it?
Someone else can do this first.
Well, all of
Oh,
us.
that was one too many.
Oh
Sorry.
shit, Algerton.
How did you get it to roll like that, Varys?
Brackets.
Oh,
Yeah, you square brackets. It's open square bracket, D,
Oh, okay.
whatever, plus modifier, double.
Fair enough.
Brackets.
What, can you not be bothered to press the word that says perception?
I just want to fill up like the entire, chat.
That's fine. So, we've got pretty good, very good, terrible, and not the worst. So, you guys are making pretty slow progress, unfortunately. The rain is fighting against you, the wind is not making it easy. It's not a nice day to be travelling at all. Nisa is doing her best to sort of prestidigitation herself every few minutes to sort of get rid of all the dirt and crap from her dress and stuff, and you end up walking for 4 hours straight without seeing very much at all, really. This road is less overgrown, but it is still very overgrown. Like it looks like it doesn't really get travelled very much at all. But there is actual still lines of travel on this road. Like, it's overgrown, but you can still see like wagon wheel marks and stuff like that. So you get the hope, at least, that you're heading in a direction of some sort of civilization, at the very least. After about hour 6 of the journey, you all notice from behind you that there is a very faint torchlight. It's around about a mile back down the road from where you are. You can't see the people that are holding it, but you suddenly get the feeling that you're being followed.
Okay, that's everyone that noticed that?
Yeah, everyone notices that.
Okay.
Is there anything you wish to do?
And after that long rest, we should all be at full HP, right?
Yes, so full HP, you regain half of your spent hit dice. And you... Actually, you know what? I'll say when you take a long rest in this campaign, you regain all of your hit dice. Considering they are like mini heals during battles, so you regain all of your hit dice. So,
Everybody noticed that torchlight there?
Roughly how far behind us is the torchlight?
you would estimate it to be around about a mile behind you.
I'm gonna move maybe 20 feet behind the party just to make sure it's not someone trying to chase us.
Okay. Make a investigation check.
No idea if there's
From this distance, it's very hard to tell. At this distance, it just kind of looks like there is a light as opposed to what the light is doing, kind of thing.
I'm guessing I'm down here.
Anyone else?
Should we press on or should we try to ambush them?
Let's try and push on for a bit and see what happens, I would say.
Okay, how long do you want to press on for, and then check again, kind of thing?
Probably I'm gonna try and listen all the time, but
Okay.
10 minutes or something.
Okay, so yeah, you guys head on again, start walking on as you do. Still same scenery, really. It's much more open plains here But again, there's still bushes around and stuff like that. There are old, what you would assume are camping sites along the road, where it's kind of like a very well-travelled mud pit, almost. Like a old camping station for people who are travelling, that kind of thing. But you guys head on for about 10-15 minutes. You look round again, and this time you look round, the light is still there, but it does look like it's a little bit closer now. You would think maybe half a mile away.
Okay.
Anything you guys would like to do?
We
we
could try
try-
to ambush these guys.
Yeah, maybe we should try and see.
Can we tell, since they're half a mile away, roughly how many there are in the group now? Or
Roll me perception, everyone, again, and we will find out.
One. Just one time, just one.
Just once.
yeah, just one.
Credit it!
So, Varys and Tara and Nisa, you guys all notice that these look like orcs. They are the gargantuan orcs. You would probably assume the ones that you saw yesterday from outside the tavern. And they are moving quite quickly towards you.
And what's around us at the moment?
A couple bushes, one or two trees. Not a lot, really.
So the people with bad who can't stealth. Ugh.
Probably not. And just as quick as the rain started, it stops again. You hear the final bit of thunder in the distance, and that stops too. And you're just left with a nice light breeze.
If I look in the sky, do I see any of those birds from last night?
What was your roll? It was
24.
24, not 20. You don't, no. You look up and all of the clouds are gone. The two suns are up.
Do I notice anything flying above us?
No, nothing flying above you at all. It is now as beautiful a day as it was when you first got here.
Just out of curiosity, has it been exactly 24 hours since the rain started?
You would assume so, yes.
Okay, that's even weirder.
Yeah. Back to that hand. Maybe we should try and. Either we should try and outrun them, which I don't think we can.
No. I know for
we should-
sure the human can't.
Yeah, the human can, but
The wood
I
elf
probably
and the
want
monk might be alright. The rest of you
Yeah.
are fucked.
Yeah.
Every man for himself.
They
I
are
mean, we could try and like
if you
run
want to go by
ahead.
those rules, I'll still win.
they are gaining on you quickly.
We could try and run ahead and try to find something to hide behind, or we could just use this stuff here.
They're about 400 foot away now.
Let's try and hide.
Just pausing, just roughly what's ahead of us?
Ahead of you is the rest of the road. You would think you've probably got another 4 hours of travel before you hit the city.
And it's not that heavy trees anywhere.
Nope, there's not really anywhere to hide.
What kind of
there's-
trees?
These are... that's a good question, actually. I didn't actually roll for those. So let's say they are... These are birch. A nice bit of birch.
I think we'd probably be best if we stealth, and then the rest of you guys like hid behind trees.
Yeah, probably.
They're around about 200 foot away.
Yeah, let's.
I'll help
I will say
Sephiroth.
that- I will say, it's kind of difficult to stealth when people are looking at you. And
Well,
these are
did our
very
previous
much
stealth
looking
scores-
at you.
Did my previous stealth score mean anything?
No,
18?
because you started doing another activity.
Okay.
Because you stopped and then you were talking amongst yourselves and that kind of stuff. So these guys are currently barreling down the road, roughly about 100 foot away, and no sign of slowing down. You can
Is it-
now
We see
hear
any
them.
signs of hostility?
Yes.
Okay.
They are all holding great axes. They are yelling and chanting in a language you do not understand. They've thrown the torch down to the side and are just sprinting at you as fast as they can.
Well, I guess
I'm gonna
I
throw
prepare
some
for
darts.
And that's where we're going to roll initiative.
combat.
So everyone roll initiative, please. While I find an orc-like token. God damn you guys and your rolls. Jesus. Let's try and find some orky tokens.
I'm sorry, did you think you were gonna go before us?
To be
you
honest,
think you're gonna go before my now?
to be honest, the way I've been rolling for initiative, no, I didn't think I was going to go before you. Like, my initiative scores this entire time have been awful. In fact, I don't think I've rolled above a 12 yet. I don't want dinosaurs. I don't want nuked people.
The hell's going on here?
I mean, I'm just trying to find some ugly fucking giant ass motherfucker.
Yeah, of course you are.
You know, these guys will do. These are giant, he says, and they bring up the smallest picture possible. Come on now. So say,
And I've rejoined with them.
so we'll say, this is the road, roughly.
You said it was 3 orcs. So it was 4.
It was 4 this time, it was 3 the night before. And they are 2 by 2 charging at you at full speed. They are roughly 70 foot away at this point. And I will say Fate and Karma will not be able to pull these. They are too large.
Well, they're also out of range anyways if
I
it's
know,
70 feet,
but-
so...
Like, if you want to use the chain, you won't be able to pull them because they outsize you by a lot.
So we'd be like down here.
Yes, but due to awkwardness of having it like that, you're where you are and just assume it's 70 foot. Because otherwise I can't fit everyone on the same screen and it'll just drive me crazy. So he got an 11. He got a 10. He got a 4. He got a 7. Right then. Let's get some forest combat going. Well, actually it's not... Well, it's not foresty, but... I really like the forest action sounds. Get the drum beats going. Yeah. Love it. Right then.
And roughly where are some trees, would you say?
Trees. You're gonna fucking love these trees, man. I'll say that's a tree. I'll say there's a smaller tree up here. Lovely. There's some bushes here
God, the drawing
and
skills.
here. I know, they're fucking great, aren't they? And probably 1 or 2 down here as well.
Alright, so are these bushes and trees in relation to us or in relation to them?
I'll say in relation to you, because they will
Okay,
be
good.
up in your face very quickly, so...
I'm gonna move behind this tree here and use my bonus to hide, and then hold my action for when they get within range to throw
Okay,
one of my daggers.
roll me a stealth check, please. Okay, cool. So, you're holding your action. Nisa.
Nisa is going to start smiling a bit again.
Of course.
She's going to detach one of the javelins from her backpack
Ooh, getting the javelins out.
and recklessly throw it at the leader of the pack.
Oh, damn. Go for
Because
it.
This is at disadvantage because of the range, but down advantage because recklessly.
Okay, cool. I will
So
pop
base
some...
roll.
So we'll say... We'll give these guys colours. So you guys can just say what colour you want to throw at. If that seems useful.
Yeah, blue.
You're going to throw it blue. Sweet. And a 19 will most definitely hit. It stabs in him. Blue is number 2. 3 damage. It stabs in him. He grins at you, rips it out, and gets ready to throw it back at you.
Yep, and she's just gonna pull up her great sword and stand ready to take the brunt of this force.
Sweet. Like it. Okay. Anduin.
The worst place for me to fucking be. A turn
It's-
order, but you know.
It's not useful, but you can, remember, hold your turn and stuff like that.
Nah, fuck that.
Fair enough.
Right, I'm gonna move 10 feet up. Can they make it? Can blue make a dex save then?
Blue, make a dex save. Go on then. That would be a 10.
I win.
You do.
3 damage.
Blue is having a bad day of taking 3 damage. That is radiant damage, isn't it? So, yeah, you shine radiant flame on him and it starts to singe some of this creature's skin. Okay, Varys?
Alright, so I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna throw some darts at the blue guy.
What's the range on the darts? I think they're 30.
Okay, in that case, I'm honestly not sure.
You can hold an action to throw a dart when they get within 30 foot.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Cool. So you are holding your action. Orange
God.
moves. He's moving 50 foot to be 20 foot away from Nisa. That is
And
not...
I throw my dagger.
Yeah, 1 second. Oh my goodness. The one
How
time
far
I
from
want...
Nisa did you say?
It's 20 foot away from Nisa. I wanted to grab the ruler tool, but...
It's
Okay.
15 feet away.
So he's up there,
Yeah,
which is
there.
20. So ignore the fact that these guys are here. I'll just move them back. Basically, it moved 50 foot, and so yeah, you can both make your attacks on him. Varys, that dart hits. This guy is number 4.
And that dagger hits.
That's 5
Does that-
damage.
No, I don't. think
The dagger definitely hits and does 7 damage. Very nice.
And I don't think that gets sneak attack then
Nope,
either.
afraid not.
Okay.
Okay, next one is green. He is also going to move his 50 foot and be 20 foot away. And he is also going to take out a javelin. And he has a variety of targets to throw at. He has a choice of 4 that he can see easily. And it is Varys, I'm afraid.
Of course.
You're not having a lucky day, mate. I'm not gonna lie. You're not having a lucky day.
He's gonna miss, it's fine.
You reckon? 13. Nope, wait, 15. Yeah, that's how you add numbers. 15. Hit or miss?
Just barely hit.
Barely hit. That's still a hit. And it does... Oh my god, really? 4 damage. As he throws a javelin right into your calf muscle. It hurts like a bitch. And as a bonus action, he is going to move up into melee range. Okay. That is his turn. Let's move on to Algortin.
Yup.
What you got for me, Bill? Those are 70 foot away.
Those are 70.
The ones in front of you are like 10
One's
foot away
about
and 35-ish.
25.
Yeah, one's about 30 foot away from you. So, orange and green are both correct distance away. The other 2 are 70 foot.
So, who've taken damage right now?
Just Varys, actually.
Just me.
I was thinking about the orcs.
Orange.
Oh, orange
Blue.
and blue.
Okay.
Right now, just these two.
Okay, well, you said it was 70 foot away, so I can't even hit him with that one, because it's 60.
You can move 10 foot and then try.
No, I'm just gonna use vicious mockery on the... I think it's just gonna go on the orange.
On
Orange dude.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Roll it.
Uh,
Oh, that's bad. Is it a wisdom save? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, orcs are not particularly wise. And that is a 10. So what do you say to this orc to cause him harm?
Come get me, you wet sack of shit.
As you say that, he holds his head and just drops to the floor dead.
Okay.
He just
Is that on the
grinds
orange
to a
guy?
halt and falls over and seems to be lifeless. So orange is gone.
Damn, that was effective.
You have to make it more awesome. Say something more awesome than that, though.
Well, I mean, he didn't know he was going to kill him, to be fair. Okay,
Really quite hard to come up with stuff, just...
it really is.
I know.
But it's really
Especially,
fun.
especially when Python wants me to do different stuff compared to
Oh,
how much
yeah.
damage I do.
So, this guy runs up here. I'll do these both turns at the same time because that makes more sense, considering they're right after each other anyway. Red is going to...
Wasn't he 70 feet away?
He
Yeah, they're
was.
supposed to be 70, so 50 would be... That far would be a dash.
Uh-huh. However, as their bonus action, they can move up to its speed towards a hostile creature that it can see. They can move 100 foot in a turn. So, as I was saying,
He's the DM.
I mean, it's literally what orcs can do. They have an aggressive trait that allows them to move up to their speed as a bonus action.
But then again, you're still the DM, so...
Yeah, that too. I'm just
I
going to
didn't
roll...
do anything about
I'm
it.
just going to roll both attacks at the same time because I can't be bothered to do it. The blue is attacking Anduin, and red is attacking Nisa.
And he did reckless, didn't he? Or
Um,
no?
yes, actually. So the first one will be a 19 against you, Nisa. And Anduin, you just block the great axe with your shield, and it just pings off. Okay, so god damn it, I need a D12.
How much damage did we do to the blue guy? 3 or 6?
Good question. I think it was 3. Don't actually remember. You'll have to scroll up.
I think it was 6.
Oh, god damn, really? You take 6 damage from its great axe. You know, these would be really threatening if I could actually roll damage. Jesus. Yeah, you did 6 damage to blue. Just looking now. Okay, so that's their turn. Tara,
Should be obvious.
you're gonna stabby
Stabby,
stabby? Yep.
And that would be advantage because flanking.
Yep.
16.
16 does hit, yes. And red takes. Where is my
7
buttons?
plus 10 damage.
10 damage total? Sweet.
And that's for the main attack. For offhand,
Yep. 2. Oh. Does that attack? No, only one gets sneak attack. That's alright. So
yeah,
just
only
takes
one of
2
them is
damage.
sneak.
Okay, cool. You run up behind this orc and just stab it twice in the back with the daggers. And he swings around and snarls at you and just sort of licks his lips. Over to Nisa.
As he swings around, Nisa swings her sword straight for his stomach.
Go for it. Roll to hit. That's a hit, and that kills him. That was a hell of a lot of damage. Nicely done.
After
Okay.
she finishes him off, she's just gonna stare into Blue's eyes. Like, come on.
So yeah, you stab him through the chest and kick him off your sword, and he falls down to the ground. Anduin, you have a very mad 12-foot tall orc in your face.
Fine.
Damn, going for the inflict wounds, huh? You fucking straight up murder this dude. So
Hi, I'm
you
not so innocent.
you hold out your hand, thrust it forward onto his chest, and he goes toppling back. And when you see him hit the ground, half of his chest cavity is just ripped open. That was a hell of a hit, man. Jesus. Varys.
So now
There
blue
is
and red are
one
dead?
left standing.
That's green, right?
Yes.
Cool.
He has not been touched.
Well, let's change that.
Fair enough.
There's 9 damage.
Yes, 9 damage. Nicely done. Bum, 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 bum. Sweet. Okay, and over to Green's turn. Right. He, in an act of desperation, is going to hold his great sword in 2 hands, or great axe in 2 hands, and spin around in a circle, hitting, hopefully, a 19 to hit you, Varys.
Hits.
And a 15 to hit you, Nisa.
That'll hit.
Okay. You both take Seriously? Ugh. 9 damage as he just spins around in a circle, hitting you both square in the chest with his great axe. Okay. Can't believe I rolled a 1 on a d12 for damage. It's awful. I have
Plus
not...
8 to damage? What?
No, he rolls 2d12 for that attack.
Oh.
I rolled a 1 and a 5. Right. Both below average. Great job, me. Okay, over to Algerton. 1 left.
Yeah, he's just gonna go up here and try and stab him once. Can't find it. It's this one.
Okay. That actually does hit. And it actually kills him. The perfect amount of damage. He had 6 health and you did 6 damage. Nicely done. So yeah, you run up to him as he's just finished spinning around. He's a bit dazed and confused, and you just run up, stab it right through. How tall are you?
So where the fuck is it? It's in here. 5'7".
5'7". Yeah, you stab it sort of up through his belly button, and it hits definitely something vital in there. So well done, guys. I wasn't expecting that to be that easy for you. I will say
Only 2 people took damage, I think.
that fight was a deadly encounter.
I was actually wondering if you do something, but I was actually a bit. Thunder Wave, does that hit allies as well?
Yep.
Yes.
Any AoEs also hit allies.
Okay.
So just bear that
I was
in mind.
actually wondering, just charging up in the sky
yeah.
and use it.
Like any AoEs will also hit allies as well as you if you're not careful. So.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, once again, I really wasn't expecting that. You all get 100 XP each. So you should be on what, 480 now?
480.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, there you go, guys. Yeah, I full on was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, that was a deadly encounter. I was expecting
We're
at least
actually
someone
trying to
to go
kill us.
down. So well done.
I mean, I almost did.
You did.
Well,
Nisa walks up to Blue.
Yep.
Or even if he isn't actually blue. And she is going to grab back her javelin that he took.
Fair enough. Yeah, you grab the javelin. You can also grab the one that's currently in Varus's leg if you want.
Nah, she's enough of a porcupine with 4 javelins.
Yeah,
to-
no worries.
And a great sword. Yeah, she has enough weaponry on her.
Yeah, that's fair, really. Yeah, I'm shocked you guys did that well. I really am. So well done.
I'm gonna try and check 2 of the corpses.
The funny thing is, like, okay,
Same
you're going to
here.
check the corpses.
I'll help him as well.
Okay, so New Rock, considering you said it first, you go ahead and roll the investigation with advantage. Okay, so 16. Over to the loot tables. What do we find today? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have some loot for you. First of all, you find 4 great axes if you really want those. They're not in particularly
I'm
good.
just-
They're not in very good condition at all. They're a little bit ratty and ropey.
I'm just gonna lie them out or something. I'm not gonna take them.
In
Say I couldn't carry them.
their pockets, you find a contract. What looks like to be a contract. It's not in a language you understand, but contracts tend to have a very formal layout. Sort of like paragraph, you know, signed, sealed, that kind of thing. You find...
I'm assuming it's an Orcish.
You're not 100% sure, but you would probably assume so. That seems like the most obvious thing. So you find the contract, and you also find 8 gems worth 50 GP each.
Just gonna add 8 gems.
Yeah.
I guess.
Put how much they're worth beside it, otherwise you'll forget. So they're worth 50 GP each.
Okay.
So
I added a contract as well. So.
yeah, that's the most loot you've ever got from one fight. Because I full on was expecting one of you to go down. I was actually kind of hoping you would, because then we could explain like death saves and stuff like that. But apparently not. Apparently I'll have to do
critical roll.
Apparently I'll have to do more than that to mess you guys up. So I'll bear that in mind.
Bring it on, bitch.
Well, I'm a rogue. Unless you can get me an open plain.
I mean, you're
I
in an
can
open
just
plain right
hide.
now.
Yeah, but behind trees, I can do hide.
You can. Okay, so that went rather well, and now you are back on the road. Sun is still beautiful and shining, like I can't actually remember who said it now, but like someone said, it's roughly exactly 24 hours from when it started. The rain has completely stopped. It's now a sunny, beautiful day. And everything is drying very quickly, considering, 2 suns. It has that effect. But who has the highest intelligence here, actually?
Not me.
It's totally me.
How much? Oh, you got -1, haven't you? What is...
you with 11?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, Nisa, you would expect that the fact that there's 2 suns and also 2 moons, you would expect this to be wreaking absolute havoc with the sea. Like, boat journeys are probably at a minimum because the tides would be so dramatic. Like, it would be ridiculous. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of information. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'd say take a short rest, let 2 guys get healed up.
Okay.
If they want to.
Yeah, otherwise keep moving.
I mean, I'm fine, but I don't know about
It's
our...
mainly Varys, I think.
I can keep going.
Well, let's keep going then.
Alright, so
Yep.
you guys get back on the road, get back to heading on. Do you just want to leave the bodies in the center of the road, or do you want to do something with them?
I mean, there's not much we can do with them, and we can't hide them. There's plains and trees.
True. Okay, cool. Not a problem. So, I will ask for another survival check from whoever is leading the party.
I think that was me.
It was you last time. I was just wondering if the person who's actually proficient would like to actually do the job of helping you find your destination without getting lost and killed in a moat.
Well, just following the road, that shouldn't be that big a deal, but...
We'll soon find out, won't we? Okay, roll it.
Survival, you said, right?
Survival, yes.
Ugh.
That's bad.
Well, it could have been worse.
I mean, it could have, but only just. So, after about another hour of travel, the road disappears entirely.
Of course.
Which,
Fuck it.
to be fair, I was actually planning on having happen anyway. It was just perfect timing with you.
There. I'm now. As soon as I notice it disappear, I start leading.
Okay, cool.
Fuck it.
So yeah, the ever vigilant Tara comes out of stealth again, going, "Hello, it is me," and leads you with what they think is the correct direction, at least. And once again, you walk for... What's it been? It's been 4... So you're getting
About
up
six
to...
hours before we
yeah.
encountered orcs.
So you're getting up to the 8-hour mark now. And you can see the city very, very far in the distance. You can't see if it's in ruins or not yet. But you can just see sort of the outline of the shape of the city.
Do we see any smoke rising from it?
You don't know, not from this distance at all. It's just you can see it there. After roughly another hour of travel, you have your fears confirmed. Once again, this is another city with nobody in it. You can't see any smoke, you can't see any city guard, you can't see any life in this city at all. Everything is derelict, destroyed, abandoned. Seemingly something has gone very wrong.
Guess I'm gonna do an investigation check. See if I can.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna check out the city.
Okay, cool, go for it.
Ugh, no. Not gonna.
Those sounds do not sound pleasant.
Yeah, you can actually hear this sound at the moment.
Yeah, waves.
This is almost the sound that the wind is making at this point. It's sort of echoing through the desolate, decimated city. Tara, you have a look around, and much like the others, you would say that this place was abandoned. One day there were people here seemingly, and the next day there were just not. You're looking around, there's no signs of a struggle, there's no signs of combat, no signs of a big fire or earthquake or any sort of anything terrible, really. So far, the only things you have seen living are animals, dwarves, and some orcs that tried to eat you. It's all starting to weigh very heavily on you, I'm sure. But once again, this massive metropolis of a city, which probably held a good 10,000 people strong, is a deserted, desolate wasteland. It's a city that is no more. What would you like to do?
Like, and I investigated, and yeah, that didn't go so well.
Afraid not.
This is beyond what I thought was happening. If there's nobody left, then what the hell are we gonna do?
Wonder what is causing all this havoc. It's every town.
Quickly looking around after trying to see where that sound came from.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Just stop talking.
You look around and it felt like it went through you.
Gonna be fun, isn't it?
I get a really bad feeling about this place.
Yeah. So saying before this happened, it's weird. It's the third town I've been to now. They have all just laid in ruins. Except from the Dolrovan city. Which were underground.
It's underground, it's hidden, nobody knows about it. They've barely even heard of the world up here.
Yeah. I still think it's weird that they didn't. The innkeeper back in Cassette didn't know anything about Clayton. So, but I guess if maybe it's destroyed a long time ago. I have no clue. It's hard to find out what's right and wrong at the moment, I would say.
Is that a carriage?
Sounds like a
Yeah,
horse.
sounds the carriage.
At least horse. Oops.
It's what it sounds like, but when you guys look around, there's nothing there. You can still hear the sound. It sounds like it's getting louder and louder and louder, and then
I'm gonna climb up on top of a building to see if I can see it from there.
okay. Roll me a athletics check to see if you can climb up the building. But yeah, it sounds like the horse and cart are again going through you, and then it just fades off into the distance, and you once again can't hear it anymore. And you try and get up the building, but
Using the crampons and stuff.
the building just isn't strong enough really to hold your weight while climbing up it. You sort of start trying to go up it, and it's just not. You're just not getting any traction at all. Every time you put in a piton, it comes back out again, and stuff like that. So you're just not having any luck with this building at all.
Is any high ground I can go up to? Any high buildings?
There's quite a few high buildings, yeah. If you want to climb up the side of them, it's going to be a hell of a job, but you could possibly go inside and try and walk upstairs.
Would like to try and find a large building. See if I can go up stairs. Yeah. There's a staircase or something.
Okay.
Go
yeah,
up there and
you
scout the
guys
city.
walk around for 5-10 minutes, and again you hear the strange sounds of this city that seem to just continue on as you walk through, never seeing anything, but it always feels like it passes right through your core and you start to shiver. And eventually you come to a 4-story building that looks like it's the highest part of the city for quite a while at least, and seems fairly structurally sound. Probably wouldn't pass any health and safety tests, but considering the condition of the city, you would say that yeah, you can probably climb up this one on the inside.
I'm gonna try and climb up.
Okay, cool. So climb up the outside or inside, sorry?
See if I can go inside and climb
Okay.
up.
Yeah, you head on inside, and the staircase, while rickety and dangerous, we'll say, you can gingerly make your way up there. Roll me a dexterity save. See if you can get up there. Yeah, you make it up to the top without any problem. Anyone else following him, or are you all staying outside?
I'll go with them.
I'll stay down.
You're gonna stay down?
I'll stay down as well.
Okay, cool.
There is.
So, Varys, when you start to try and head on up, you start hearing some what sound like drums, and you just completely misstep when you hear it. It completely distracts you. So, Algatin, roll me a perception check or investigation check, depending on what you're looking for.
Just really see if I can see anything of interest.
Okay, cool. Perception check then, please. Very nice. So, you look around the city and it's definitely deserted. There's no smoke rising from any chimneys. There's no people, there's no carts, there's no horses, there's no animals, there's no life here at all. And you're looking around and it doesn't look like there's been any life here for a very long time. It looks like you guys have been the first life here possibly in 150 years. There's just nothing. It's the earth is reclaiming this city. The buildings are starting to go green and get various... not green, fuck off. The buildings are starting to get ivy and various other vegetation growing back on them. The cobble streets have grasses and weeds and stuff growing out of them. This city, for all intents and purposes, is being reclaimed. And while you are up looking around, you get that same sensation again of something going right through the core of you. And I would like to ask you to make a dexterity save, please.
That sounds good. What? Oh!
Oh no.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
I would like you to roll a d20, please.
Oh.
This should be fun.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. When that happens, it almost feels like you stepped out of your body almost for a few seconds and you started to fall off the roof. And then as you're falling, you jump back and grab yourself just in time. But
By the way, can I check for thieves' cant?
sure, go ahead and make me an investigation check. But you seem to think that it might be time to go down on ground that's a little bit safer. Tara, you look
I've got
around,
no idea.
and if there was any writing here at all, ever, you can't see it anymore. There's too much vegetation over the walls. If they were on the walls, there are runes and stuff splattered around like you would normally see in a town, but they've all been cracked and discarded a long time ago, and whatever used to be here doesn't seem like it's here anymore.
I'm gonna head down to the other guys.
Okay, cool. You start heading back down, and I'm guessing you're reporting your findings to everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone else, you know everything that I just said, in the interest of not having to repeat it all.
Is it a bad idea to suggest that we get the hell out of here?
I think that's a good idea. We'll say there's no people here, but I'm pretty sure there's something here.
Yeah, I can feel it too.
So, guess we should start heading south.
If there's a
Do we
road,
know where the next closest town or city is, other than the one we were just by?
Okay, so once again, would the bard like to roll me a history check, please?
Fucking hell. Oh, that was okay. That was
Damn,
actually better
so
than
yeah,
last time.
Algerton is fucking on this, son. Algerton's got this. He knows that there is indeed a city to the south. However, it's far, far south. And Nisa, you know this as well because this is your city. This is the city where you're from. Would be the next city to the south. And, you know, it's probably still a good 90 miles away. Without horses, you might be looking at half a week's travel.
well, it's stay a night in this town or get on the road down there.
Is there any roads leading south? Or is there only where we came from?
So there's the one road leading back the way you just came. So think of this city as has a crossroads in the middle, and there is a straight line directly to the center from the outside of the city, going in 4 directions: north, east, south, and west. They are perfectly aligned with the northeast, south, and west, so when the sun sets or when the moon rises or sets, you can see them perfectly setting down the ends of these roads. So to the south is obviously Nisa's city. You just came from the...
What is the name of the city?
Nisa, did you have a name for the city in mind? I can't remember now.
I don't think I had.
Okay, in which case, we will call it Gandolin. G-A-N-D-O-L-I-N-E. Gandolin.
Gandolin or Gandoline?
It varies from continent to continent. Depends how
It's
posh
with
you are.
But it's with an E.
Yeah, it should be Gandoline, but I like the sound of Gandolin more. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel Gandolin sort of flows better.
Sure.
So, to the south is Gandolin. From
What are those dogs?
sounds like it.
There's a lot of dogs.
So again, back to the east where you just came from is where you just came from, Frosthold, and you're not 100% sure what's to the north. You would assume probably one of the dwarven cities, although none of you have ever really been there, and you're not 100% sure how far away it would be. Sorry, what was that?
I'm from the northeast.
You are from the northeast.
I
And I
am.
was just about to say, and to the east is Varys's city. Did you have a name for that in mind?
Nope.
You did not. In which case, we'll go with one that I can actually say the name of. We'll go Nogrand. N-O-G-R-A-N-D. Nogrand. And again, that is nowhere close by. You're probably looking further away.
Didn't you say that was to the east?
That
was
would
the north.
be to the west. You just came from
Yeah,
the
okay,
east.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think. Sorry, directions are hard when you're on drugs. That much I can say, but I am working.
Trying to keep track of them.
I am working on a world map at the moment. In my downtime, I'm trying to plot it all out for you guys so you can actually see and visualize, and we can have that up in the background when we're not fighting and stuff. So,
June
hoping-
2018 TM, I don't want.
Well, I mean, this land is fucking big, so it's gonna take me a few weeks at least.
It's big and it's blue and it's green.
I will stab you.
Will the blood be red?
What would you like to do?
Would there possibly be a map of the surrounding area in the city?
Are you literally looking for a tourists you are here board? Is that what you're telling me you're looking for?
No, for like where like other towns and cities are, sort of.
So far, when you've been walking around these derelict towns, their papers have survived, but not a lot of them, and you would expect that anything of any importance to people, like a cartographer of some kind, would probably have taken it with them if this has just been abandoned. I mean, you could...
Pretty sure you said in the start that maps were pretty rare.
Yeah, they're not easy to come by. A city like this would have had a cartographer, but where he lives, you have no idea. And there were thousands of people that lived in this city. It could take you weeks to find a cartographer's house with no one to ask.
Well, gonna have.
Okay, let's get moving. Let's get moving.
Get out. Let's
Let's get out right now. Let's get out.
Sorry, it's my stomach.
Yeah, as you all start walking on, every time you take a step, it sounds like someone else is taking a step behind you. And you all stop, and the footsteps stop.
I'm
And
gonna
you-
move into the shadows to stealth.
Okay, and you take a step again, and they take a step again.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and move backwards. Actually, look in the direction of the town, but a little way.
Roll perception. Also, which direction are you headed? Are you headed northeast, south, or west?
I'm thinking we're heading like back east, just out to the road, out of the city.
You just want to get out of the city and then worry
Yeah,
about...
I think for now that's what we're gonna do.
And I'm gonna move side next by this in the alleys, just basically following them
Okay, cool.
while stealth. So
On a
So,
perception check.
yes, please. As you guys are walking out, again, every time you take a step, it sounds like someone behind you is also taking a step. And it happens even when all of you stand still and then just one of you moves. You all hear, like, another one of that person moving just slightly out of time and sync. Like, both set of footprints have sounds. Or not set of footprints, but both footsteps have sounds, but one of them is just delayed by like half a second. But you all manage to get out the city, and the further away you go from the city, the less eerie everything gets, until you are just left with the light wind and nothing else.
That was about the creepiest thing I've ever experienced. And I've walked past 100,000 corpses.
Good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
I would suggest we don't go back in there.
Good idea. Still,
Should we just head south? Or
guys have any better ideas, I'm all ears. I'm just afraid that this is gonna be every single time we visit.
Well, we could also now. I don't know. Orcs we encountered, if those are the same ones we saw back in what is it called?
Yeah, when you were actually
first-
investigating them, they did look like the ones you encountered last time.
First thought.
Yeah.
So we could go back and try and go to the city to the east. Which I don't think I have the name on.
No, you weren't sure on that one.
No.
You did know there was a city, but you weren't sure of the name. But that was the direction of the either campfire or bonfire or some sort of fire.
Yeah. That I will say is the options.
But
I would say that sounds like the best for now.
I will
So
say,
heading.
this time of day now, it's around about 6 o'clock. If you wanted to walk all the way back, it would be another 10 hours, and you wouldn't get there until 4 o'clock in the morning. Also, you would have done 20 hours of walking in one day, and
Easy.
you would end up with a stack of exhaustion for the next day.
Okay. So yeah, it's getting late. What do you guys think?
Set up camp around it somewhere in away from the city, but still nearby.
Anyone else any thoughts?
Yeah, camp sounds good.
Yeah, and then head out in the morning.
Yeah.
Anything from our resident cleric?
Nah, I'm happy letting the new
You
people
have
leave.
exorcism
No
or
worries.
something. Go into the city with you. Go.
I was
go.
gonna say, like, does the cleric have any thoughts on what was going on in there, or...?
Nah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Those damn books.
So yeah, you guys head up the road about a mile or two to one of the campsites that you saw last time, and you set up camp. It's, like I said, a fairly overgrown campsite, but there is a stone fire pit in the middle that you can make use of. There are various areas to hitch horses if you were so lucky to have horses, and you guys can just kind of relax, and it's a fairly open area like most campsites would be back then. There's nowhere to hide, kind of thing, is the idea of these campsites. They make sure that no trees are nearby so people can't sneak up on you. The only bushes there are very small, decorative, as opposed to, you know...
Is there like a lot of trees and bushes and such around it, or is it like
no,
open
it's
when we
open
encounter?
plains.
Okay.
Open plains so that you can't be snuck up on.
Well, I guess we just rest there. I'm gonna take the first watch, I guess.
Okay?
I'll take second.
I will say, I would recommend either letting the human take first watch, or letting the human take no watches.
I'm gonna take first.
You're going to take first? Okay.
I'll take
Because basically,
second.
the human
Oh.
needs as much daylight as possible to get any sort of use out of having a watch. Otherwise,
Okay.
you know, it's just nighttime and they can't see shit. So if you ever want to utilize your human, you're probably best, like, everyone trancing for 4 hours while the human...
Reads books anyway, so what the hell?
But, like, you guys could trance for 4 hours, give the human a 4-hour watch, and then all of you would be okay for the rest of the night, and you could all take watch, kind of thing. But that's just the way I would do it. Like, you guys don't have to do that at all. I'm just helping you out a little bit, really.
Okay, so Anduin is gonna take the first watch, then
Okay.
I take a watch.
Okay, cool.
I'll take
That's-
both.
So, what we'll do is I will get your perception checks. I will let you know what's going to happen, and then we will end for the evening. So, 16, 15, 23. Very nice. One more,
one.
I think.
One. Close.
Okay, cool. So, first and second watches go absolutely fine. There's nothing bad on those at all. Varus, you notice something very strange come the third watch. Everyone's shadows detach from their body and seemingly wander off into the night. And that's where we'll end it for the evening.
Seriously? Cliffhanger?
Yeah, well, you got a cliffhanger these days, don't you? Like, I get told off for clickbaiting, so I might as well cliffhanger everything instead. I get told off for clickbaiting even when I don't call it clickbait. But yeah, there you go. So everyone's... Varus just sat down watching everyone, and simultaneously, everyone's shadows stood up and walked off into the darkness.
He was
Direction.
third watch.
Sorry?
Varus was third watch.
Varus was third watch.
By then I was just awake and just after my trance.
At that
and just
point, all of the
keeping an eye
elves
out.
were awake, but
Yeah.
I guess you were just kind of reading or sharpening and stuff and weren't paying too much
Just
attention.
keeping an
But
eye out in case.
I'm guessing Varus probably mentions that.
Yeah, once I see it
guys-
happening and everyone's awake, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
outside of the human.
Yeah, so you all sort of look around and lo and behold, all of your shadows are walking off. You are not casting any shadows at all. The fire is not casting any shadows. The backpacks are not casting any nothing here now has a shadow at all.
You're fucking kidding me? The fire shadow walks off as well. That's fucking impressive.
Everything disappeared. There is not a single shadow left in around about a 50-meter radius around this bonfire.
Oh my god, we're in the shadow realm.
So, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. It's been good fun, tormenting and ruining these people's lives. I am now going to wait eagerly on Twitter for Plains of Eidolon on Warframe to come out, which I will shamelessly plug myself now. I will be streaming like crazy for the next few weeks. If you guys do play Warframe, there is a link down below the stream where you can buy yourself some platinum, get an exclusive skin and various stuff like that. Anything you buy off of there also benefits me. So, it's a win-win, really. Other than that, there is also a game that we have on called Stream Legends. It's a game that you can play at any point in time. You just scroll down and play it. It's a fun little RPG that you can play while listening to me ramble on about crazy things. Or you guys can just, you know, play it whenever. But yeah, that's me done. I'm going to throw it over to New Rock to say his goodbyes.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for coming. That was quite a lot of fun. And I hope to see you around next week.
Awesome. And then over to Fusion.
Bye, guys. We'll see you next week for an episode in full color.
Josh?
I can't wait until one shot another mob.
Fair. Dude, that was a hell of a hit, I'm not gonna lie.
Look, don't fuck with me.
Over to Titan.
Thank you all for watching. See you next week.
And I mean, I guess I should give Sephiroth a say goodbye. Go on then, twat. Go on. What do you want to say?
Can't wait till we get color.
I will stab you in the fucking scrotum. Thank you all for watching. I will see you next week, same time, same place. Don't forget I stream every day apart from Thursdays and Sundays, 1 till 6 or 7ish, depending on when I need to leave and have food. But other than that, I will see you all then. Have a good evening. This will be up on YouTube in the next couple of days, depending on my internet. So I will catch you all very soon. Goodbye, everyone.